that
like
gentleman.
20 matches in that bitch. I'm gonna share that whole out.
And it's only PvP on that. I didn't even get like I thought there would be like a
Yeah.
little campaign or something, but no, there was none of that.
It'd be dope if they add like a little, I don't know if y'all remember like Tekken Force, the Tekken Force mode in Tekken, where it's like
I never played
a
Tekken. I don't
side
know.
scroller beat 'em up type of deal. So if they add a kind of
I
mode
never
like that on there, that'd be cool. Oh shit, you put up another video. Balatro, will it play?
Yeah, that one's scheduled to come out like the 23rd or 24th or
Talk
27th.
inside the chat. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm surprised YouTube came with that bonus. I was like, what?
Oh
You got a
yeah,
bonus?
boy.
Yeah, yeah. YouTube sent me an email like two last month that if I
Was it
create
growth or what?
no if I started the memberships program, it will give me
Mm.
a bonus. And so I did. And then the period of when to wear ended. And they sent me another email like, good job on opening the program, like blah, blah. And then here's your bonus. It's expected in 60 days, but anywhere between now and 60 days, which will probably be at the tail end of 60 days, which is cool. That's, I think, Christmas time, give or take.
Hell yeah, bro. What they say, it's more than you had and better than any at all.
Hey, that's a fact.
Anything's better than nothing.
Listen, bro. For some YouTube, hell yeah.
And I was surprised at the amount too. Like Nelson, I'll send you a message here in a second. You'll see. But yeah, I was super shocked. And I'm
That's
just share this out real quick.
Yeah, that's why the
that's
podcast is important though, because you ain't gonna get no members just dropping videos. That'll get you views, get you a little change in views, but
Fuck you
getting any
mean,
money.
bro? I get money.
Hmm?
Like today, I got 2 gifted memberships. Uh,
mm-hmm.
Another stream, I got 10 gifted memberships. That was the stream I did for Borderlands 4 day one.
I don't think I seen that one. I think I was gone.
That yeah, you were gone because that was Friday. That's when you were flying out there. But the thing here, let me share this. The thing with you, hold on, let me share this. Nelson,
Oh, the oven timer for these. Uh,
Henzo got a gifted membership because of that.
Damn, I feel so weird not having my watch, bro.
Yeah, what YouTube, if y'all can please share, I would appreciate it. What
Will do.
YouTube wants consistency. You know what I mean? That's what YouTube wants. Because if you have consistency,
Yeah, it's more ads people are getting thrown in people's face.
exactly. So, like, I was just talking to another friend about the numbers that people are saying are getting cut off. What's up, RPG88? Remember, you can always
RPG.
hop in. You don't need no permission. You just come on in. But I was talking to you guys know him, but talking about the numbers that people are saying that are being cut off, and I'm like, I'm just not seeing it over here. Like, even my average view per video has gone up. I mean, I'm right now anywhere between 300 to 600 views per video. Like that's the highest it's ever been. And so I don't know what people are seeing. It's not that I don't believe them because I obviously do, right? We've all heard of, yo, what up, Seinfeld Steve?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
How you doing, bro? But we've all heard of YouTube's fuckery before. We've seen it with our own eyes. We know what YouTube can do, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. All I know it's not affecting me. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the gifted one because I'm fucking not. I'm never lucky in any goddamn thing. You know what I mean? I'm always the fucking first one to get fucked. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long it continues. I'm doing good, Seinfeld Steve. I'm doing good, man. I'm excited tonight. We got the
Oh
boys in
shit,
the
boy.
house. We got some juicy topics to go over. So I hope that you guys get yourself a nice drink. sit back, relax. If you're playing games, having fun, listen to a good conversation. We're gonna give it about another 10 minutes or so for people to stroll on in. Everybody likes to show up a little late to the podcast, but that's okay. And yeah, we got Nelson. Nelson's fully back, full energy, ready to go. We got Mr. Henry Heck in the house. So I'll give those
Yeah, buddy.
official introductions in a bit. Right now, we're just kind of shooting the shit. You know, the door's just open. So let's see how many people enter the club before we get going. But thank you for being here, Steve. I really, really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, big dog.
Hey, we got people up in here already, man. We got 7 people up in here. So that's we moving. What's Nelson
Gracias,
posting?
y'all.
Nelson's fucking
Yeah.
posting chicks with dicks on Discord.
I got one for
7
you.
kids, god damn.
25.
Fuck.
You got to make at least 500K a year. Be 6'7". She don't cook or clean, and she got herpes. All for you.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
That is tough. That is tough. But there'll be some poor sap out there who'll be like, I'll take care of you, babe. I can change her. I can fix her.
This motherfucker said can't be over 30 and must be 6'7" or taller. What the fuck?
Man, there's only like 37 people in this world that are 6'7". You know what I mean? Like your chances are
There's
slim.
probably like 1,000 per state.
Yeah, I mean it's
It
very,
probably
very
ain't even
little.
that many per state, bruh. 6'7"?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the state.
Oh, come on, man. Fucking YouTube's already fucking off. See, Steve
did?
made a comment in regards to how I get fucked, right? He's like, do you get fucked with lube or without lube because of this, and I didn't even read it, and YouTube fucking took it out. See,
Yeah, bruh.
YouTube
It be
fucking
doing that
around,
sometimes, 'cause
man.
I pop in.
You're
I'll
getting
be
paid
like,
now. They're censoring your ass.
I'd be like, I pop in. I say, "What's up, gay boys?" And then it'll delete, and then I just put it again.
Man, I don't like that. I don't like that. But
Well, you're monetized now. You're the bitch.
yeah, but I mean, like, dude, if you like, the money is
Yeah.
so little, it's laughable. Like, if I want to buy a Starbucks tomorrow morning, like, I gotta put out like so many fucking videos to make that happen. Mind you, Starbucks is like $6. But whatever, man. I do this for y'all. I like I said, the podcast is really just to talk shit with the boys. And Nelson likes the podcast more than I do, but I still like it because I get to talk gaming and shit, talk bullshit. But it's not my preferred thing. You know what I mean? I like to sit in front of the camera and just talk about gaming. Pisses people off, right? Because they complain about how long the videos are. It's like suck a dick, dude. For real. If you don't fucking like it, go watch another fucking channel. It's free, my guy. Like ain't nobody's sitting there making you fucking pay and watch this shit. But either way, it's like, bro, you don't pay for none of my fucking games. I wish you fucking did. Yeah, YouTube is a narc, bro. For real.
Hey, brothers, we all in the mud, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. But what y'all need to do for
Yeah,
real,
Nova.
for real.
Like I think Nova had to restart his whole fucking, and he's been kicked off Twitter like 3 times.
Twitter, really?
Yeah, before Musk
Oh,
bought it.
before Elon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bruh. I lost my account. I had an account from like 2009. I had like 3K followers.
They
I
kicked you
lost
out
that
too?
shit, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't
For
say
what?
anything.
For freedom of speech?
Yes.
Bruh, I call
Oh my goodness.
well, I was talking about Batman. Well, I had got in trouble a couple of times too. But the last time I was talking about Batman, I called him I called him a bitch ass nigga with pantyhose on. It was a wrap. If
I mean, that is kind of true.
Bro, it was over.
You really don't
bro.
like superheroes, do you?
Nah, I just don't like Spider-Man. I don't come around to Batman now since I done read a little bit more of it. And
That's
I
funny.
don't like Superman.
I was like, how do you not like Batman? Spider-Man, the most popular fucking superhero in the world.
Man, because when you hear how they came up with Spider, they just wanted to come up with something that was as good as popular. That was gonna be as popular as Superman. It's so lame. Then Peter Parker a bitch. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, with all that power, Peter Parker's a simp, bro. Still going after Mary
Yeah, that's
Jane's
true.
fucking redhead ass. Like, bro, let it go.
I know
like,
you had better already. I'd take Gwen all day, any
Gwen
day.
all fucking day.
Bruh.
And not just that, like, my guy, you're in New York. Don't tell me there ain't like 25 billion people living there. You know, like, there's literally plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah, you could fucking throw a rock and hit a fucking good looking bitch because fucking, you know what I mean?
It's fucking New York, and you got New Jersey right next to it. Like, come on.
Hoes all over that bitch.
Boston, like an hour away, you got like 10 million people within an hour. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Boston is right there too. Yeah. But what y'all need to do, man, whoever's here right now, go subscribe to my boy Henry's channel, please. Let me actually put his link up on here.
Appreciate it, brother.
We need to get Henry up. Henry's dropping content multiple times a week. He be getting it in. Let me go ahead and grab that link for y'all real quick. Especially Henry's shorts. Henry's shorts be popping lately, man. I don't know what
yeah, bro. I started putting a little more into them hoes, man.
I don't know if he eating his spinach or what, but he getting it in.
Yeah, I like doing the shorts because like right when I'm in the moment and I'm feeling it, I can just go ahead and put that bitch out.
Yeah, with the shorts, I only do like gameplay. Like I don't really do a lot of talking or anything like that. There you go.
Gameplay be popping too.
I'm gonna link, or not link. What is it called? Pin Henry's YouTube here on the chat for a little bit.
What the fuck you doing, man?
Yeah, what are you doing over here moaning and shit? You fucking eating ice cream?
No, I'm sniffling. I'm fucking allergies.
Oh man,
it's been fucking hot out again, man. I thought we were getting winter. Snow was about to be flying and shit like that. Then it was like 90 degrees last week and 80 this week.
Girl, stop talking about winter. It ain't time yet.
Yeah, no, but for a couple. God damn it! I spun out again. Motherfucker.
The fuck are you playing?
Gran Turismo. Getting his dailies.
Yep.
Oh,
right. It's a perfect game for podcast. I don't have to think that much.
All right, man. Let me pull up some of these topics. We'll get going with our intros. Get this thing popping. Once again, I came with a lot of topics today, but a lot of them should be quick and easy, quick and breezy.
Hell yeah, I'm with it.
There's a couple good ones in here. I'm gonna be happy to talk about the Bloodborne one because man, I'm tired of all these Bloodborne fucking people.
Why? What happened with Bloodborne?
I ain't kept up with nothing going on.
Basically, it's not coming ever. So shut the fuck up and stop asking.
I could give a fuck less about that game, but I'm sure that irritates a lot of people.
Oh, it does. People, are looking forward to that game. It's like the people who talk about Rockstar and they're like, yeah, no, Rockstar's making fucking, Red Dead 2 fucking remaster and Bully remaster and fucking GTA 4 remaster. I'm like, come on, bro.
They come out with a game like once every fucking 12 years now, too.
Yeah, it's like they ain't working on shit.
5,000 motherfucking developers making one game.
They ain't doing nothing but GTA 6, bro. And if they do, it's gonna be one.
It's not just Rockstar ain't just a studio no more. They're like if they broke off, they're a top 5 publisher as a studio like size, man.
Yeah, no,
they're fucking monstrous. So they're bigger than like they're like Capcom and fucking Square Enix combined, dude. Like the whole motherfucking studio, the whole motherfucking.
If they are working on something, it's not even them. It's because they fucking pawned it off to some other studio that is doing it. So. But we'll see.
I wonder if they're gonna lay a lot of people off after GTA come out because they got like 5,000 motherfuckers working on this game, dog.
Oh no, they got to keep that content coming if they want to make that.
Yeah, but do you need $5,000 to make content? Maybe 2,000.
Well, I mean, if they were smart. Look, all Rockstar games sell like fucking like pop, fresh bread. So they need to just keep working. They need to keep making more than just GTA. I mean, Red Dead's a big IP. They have a whole bunch of IPs from the early 2000s that they could revive or come out with sequels or even remaster. They gotta
find better goddamn studio. They're cheap as fuck when they do that shit too. Like they be like GTA remastered, the old ones. Those sold, quite well for just to be a remaster. And for what it was, and they hoard that out to a goddamn like a mobile studio that it was worse than the goddamn originals, my guy. Like.
Yeah.
Man, spend 10, 15 million on that shit. Like, spend more than 2 million on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna sell 10, 20 million. Yeah.
They got the money.
Crazy.
That's what makes it all worse. Is they got the money, they got the talent, they got everything you can need to make this thing a reality. But let's get this show started, man. We've been on here talking shit for 25 minutes. I think we got what we finna get for now. But welcome to the State of Gaming podcast on this beautiful Sunday evening. It is 8 p.m., 8:30 my time, 9:30 Eastern time. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we have a bevy of topics for you guys today, man. It's like the buffet. Do I want some Nintendo talk? Do I want some PlayStation talk? Do I want some fucking Ghost of Yote talk? That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. So these topics today may not be some long conversational topics, but we have some interesting stuff to go over with you guys today. And also, we have a special guest in the building. Now, I materialized this. I was excited for this, and I just went through with the invites without getting a hard yes or no. But we have Mr. Henry Heck in the house as our special guest of the evening. Henry, how are you doing, sir?
Doing pretty fucking good this Sunday evening, recharging for tomorrow, playing a little bit of hurdling, you know what I mean? Nice little chill game, kickoff while we're doing a podcast this evening.
Did you
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for my egg rolls to get finished.
did you finish Hell Is Us yet, or are you taking a
Why
little
you gotta
break?
put me on the spot? See, that I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that.
Look, man, you're the only other person I know that's got the beast, and I just gotta ask.
You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that, but nah, well, it's not really a game you can play while
Talking and shit.
yeah, because you got to really pay attention. But to be honest, I played a little bit of. I was trying to play some ranked in Marvel Rivals also earlier today, but
Were you
yeah,
rusty?
man, bro, I was getting my ass kicked. But also, people, I don't, because that's not like it's a shooter, but at the same time, you got specific roles you're supposed to be playing. It's stuff you got to do, pay attention to, and people, I don't know, man. It's super frustrating game. When people ain't doing what they supposed to do, you supposed to be doing DPS, you not killing no healers, or you supposed to be tanking, you not on the fucking point. It's a fucking headache. I'm probably gonna drop the game again, to be honest with
Yeah, I think Marvel Rivals is one of those games where you have, well, in our reality, all these team shooter type games is best when you come in there with a team.
you.
Like you can
Yeah,
have a little bit of fun by yourself, but if you want to play and strategize, like you need a
Yeah,
team.
if you're communicating, because it's like everyone's a tank. Well, not everyone can be a fucking. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't.
Someone gotta heal shit. Or something, you know what I mean? Like someone gotta bite that bullet.
Well, that's why I don't play those games because I don't pick characters. A lot of the times, I don't pick characters by class. I pick characters by what I like, aesthetically wise. So if I feel like being Spider-Man or whatever, Punisher, then that's what I'm gonna pick. I don't give a fuck that there's 17 other fucking healers or whatever in the team. So that's why I just stay away
yeah,
from it because I don't want to hear, man, this guy fucking sucks ass. Like, look, I got feelings too. Like, I don't need to get berated because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I just
yeah,
stay away from it. If I'll play with the boys because at least we can form our own group and they can let me know. And Henry will attest to you. I'm always asking, like, how am I doing? What do I need to do? Like, what does this mean? I'm constantly asking questions. So, but I appreciate Henry for being here. And we're also going to get into a little bit about Hell Is Us because
hmm
I'm interested to get a first person perspective on the game. I did play the demo a little bit. I do own the game, but I still haven't jumped into it. So it's going to be cool to get that perspective from Mr. Henry Heck. Next, we have my co host, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture, who's out here playing GT7, GT, right? GT7?
Gran Turismo 7.
Gran
Grand
Turismo
Turismo
7, getting his daily done. Nelson,
I'm over 600 hours into this game.
600. How are you, bro? What other games have you been playing besides GT?
A little bit of Lost Soul aside, I just crossed 300 hours on Helldivers 2. And then I was playing Gears of War Reloaded and with my son until we would have finished that up tonight, but his ass is grounded. Because he robbed
yeah.
my ass again.
Let's give a clap for punishment. I love it. Punishment is a thing we as parents don't like to do, but we do it because it's in our kids' best
I
interest.
only have Cash App because, like, I've used Cash App twice. One to donate to Rome Rush's. He had cancer and shit.
Yo,
And
what
then
up, hero?
And then once for, like, me and Will exchange money back and forth, like if there's something special edition and he's up during the day or what, yada 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 or whatever. It basically it's something for me and Will to use. So I didn't even know he knew I had that shit, and he went and used the Cash App to buy fucking Roblox again because everything else is biometrics fucking protected.
I didn't even know that was a thing. You can buy
I didn't even know that was a thing either. I didn't know that. Yes.
Wow.
And he bought it mobily, so he can't even turn that shit in. Like, he don't know how. So he just basically pissed another, like, 225 down the fucking drain.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And locked me out of my card. I couldn't even get gas, my guy. I had to use my other card.
That pisses me off. Yeah, and I only carry 2 cards with me. I carry my bank card and a credit card. Just one credit card. That's all I carry on me.
I have 2 bank cards. I have my primary, that's the one I'm locked the fuck out of. And then I have one that is connected to a bank account that my mom can still use because she's like on my phone bill and shit. So she can just put it in that account or whatever. I can move back, whatever. Or if I have to cancel my card, like now, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, bro, the other credit card that I carry ain't even really a credit card. It's a fucking GameStop credit card. And for those of you guys that don't know, GameStop credit card, you can only fucking use it at GameStop. So if my bank card is fucked, that's saying I ain't got no fucking money. I'm done. I can only go to GameStop and buy a fucking game. Hopefully they got a snack in there if I'm hungry, which they don't. But all right, Nelson Gaming Culture still learning the different ways that his kids can spend his fucking money. Cash App is on the list. Put it on your fucking list. Your kids can steal it, buy Robux through Cash App. I never even known that. So
ain't that some shit?
Yeah,
bro.
I'm learning some shit too.
Expensive lesson of the day. My son knows or follows the rule: 0 microtransactions. Yeah, my son.
So do I. That's why he fucking steals it.
He steals. Yeah. No, I buy my son
Motherfucker.
maybe, I don't know, $50-$60 a year on microtransactions, so it's not a everyday thing.
I don't buy none. That's why they pissed. And these kids they play with, they're like, oh, you just get your dad to buy you some Robux, buy some all this bullshit. I'm like, nah, bitch. I ain't buying none. So stop asking.
Taking advantage of that.
You don't like it? Stop playing the game. I don't like you playing the game anyway.
Yeah, you gotta delete that shit. Fuck that. Let's get into our first topic of the evening, gentlemen. And when I post these topics on the Discord, I try to keep them kind of in order a little bit. So if we talk about, PlayStation, I try to put all the PlayStation shit in there, Nintendo, etc. This one was a little weird, but the first one that I think I posted, which is one that we talked about last week. But let's talk a little bit more about the state of play. Because, once again, these state of plays are leaked and rumored. Nothing official, right? But it's been now multiple weeks. We're coming towards the end of September. This will be the last full week of September.
That's all
happening.
It is. They ain't leaking shit. None of them know shit.
No,
all
none
it
of them know.
is
It's guessing.
They normally have one at the end of September. They have the last 3 years, and now they're all like, I'm an insider. They're having one in September. Like, you can say that, and there's like a 75% chance you'll be right just because of historical preference. Or, you know what I mean?
But the curveball this week is that Tokyo Game Show is the 25th, 26th, 27th of September. So are you telling me that PlayStation is going to do a state of play and then the next day go to Tokyo Game Show? I don't know. Very highly unlikely. But either way, let's read this thing. What it says here. It says a new rumor from a credible industry insider claims that a second PlayStation State of Play event could take place as early as next week. So now it says it could take place as early, right? Before it was in September. Now it's as early.
And if it doesn't happen next week, it'll be like, it's in October. It's in November. And eventually, goddamn it, you're gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? When fucking March rolls around.
It says here, while the last true PlayStation State of Play event was held all the way back in June, it wasn't all the way back. It was like literally a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
There have been write that shit like that.
Yeah, no, dude,
all the way back.
These people,
get the fuck out of here.
Goddamn 10 years ago, before y'all was born.
There have been subsequent events focused solely on specific games. The most recent was earlier this month, where PlayStation dedicated an entire state of play to 007 First Light, the upcoming James Bond games from Hitman developer IO Interactive. News of a potential second state of play event will be great news for PlayStation fans, as there are still tons of upcoming titles that the community is eager to see more from. Those who are looking forward to 007 during the most recent state of play, showcasing its cast of characters, story, gameplay, and more, but fans are still patiently waiting for more news on the highly anticipated Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac Games, as well as the next Naughty Dog game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, and much, much more. It may have been only a couple of weeks since the most recent state of play, but it appears that Sony could be gearing up for another event as soon as next week. According to Nate the Hate.
Hey, we got another guy.
Yeah, what is...
Yes? What?
That's them kids messing around, man. Nelson, you talking about little mini Nelson. He ain't here, bro. He ain't here. So the has a proven track record. Another State of Play event will take place next week. While the Insider didn't specify an exact date, State of Plays are often announced at the beginning of the week and held on either Wednesday or Thursday, but this is merely speculation. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I wanted to ask you guys real quick. We know of a couple of them, right? The Heretic Project, or not the Heretic Project, but the Naughty Dogs game. We know of the people from Returnal, Intergalactic, the people from Returnal, Chronos, Saros. What we know of Marvel Wolverine. What else do we know for sure that PlayStation is working on? Tokan.
Fair Games, supposedly.
Yep. Now that one we've been knowing about, but we think that one may get delayed.
Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Hey, man. Word is, man, there were whispers. Little Devil Inside, man.
That game don't exist no more, my guy.
Yeah, that game don't fucking exist anymore.
That game was canceled like 3 years ago.
Hey, man. They bring it back, man.
No, they ain't. That studio is dead. Everyone left. I don't know if you got the memo.
So this, by the way, this leak came from Nate the Hate, and to be real, Nate the Hate has been more right than wrong on some of these quote unquote leaks and information. But the reason I wanted to ask you guys this is because aren't we coming to a point where we're now gonna get the cycle in, meaning the next Horizon, the next, God of War.
Yeah, we're getting in that cycle. We're getting that next couple of years. I don't think it'll be God of War. I think we'll get that new game.
Well, that's the discussion, right? Is it a new game from Corey or is it not? But it's right in the cycle.
Well, it could
be
like something like Warhawk too, but it'll be new for us because it won't be nothing like it was before. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. But so how many PlayStation studios are working on new IP and how many studios are working on old IP, like the Horizons and all the other shit? Henry, where do you think the split is? Do you think 60% of the PlayStation first-party studios are working on new IP? Where do you think we are at now, especially after the whole live service debacle that's been happening for the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think most of them working on something new because even Ben is working on something new. Corey Balrog working on something new. Naughty Dog working on something new.
Little Big Planet Studios working on something new.
Was it Media
if they
Molecule?
Ever get to come out with a game? Media Molecule. Yeah,
Media Molecule. I don't know what team is so good.
If they even make it, because I guarantee the way that studio's been going and they supported Dreams for so long, they probably got to you got 2 years to, you know what I mean? Show us something promising or you've done. That's my personal opinion.
They better put out a Knack collection or something.
Knack, they didn't make Knack.
Well, who made Knack?
Mark Cerny's team.
Cerny.
I could have swore they made Knack. But
Cerny owns, that's why he's a contractor. He don't technically work for Sony. He's a contractor because I don't think he can be a actual employee on Sony because he's considered a competitor too because he's got Cerny Games. He owns his own business. You know what I'm saying?
Like Knack. I'm holding up the disc right now, and Cerny Games is where the game got developed. So Cerny's got his own studio.
He's got a handful of people that work for him that they do support and they do mobile games and
so he's making money on all sides of the equation. But I'm sorry, Henry, what else were you saying?
But I think all these studios are working on something new. Because Insomniac is doing Wolverine. They are working on something new. I think only one is
except for Guerrilla.
Yeah, Guerrilla. Guerrilla is working on.
They got to finish Horizon.
And I don't know if they
did make something new too though. They made fucking that Horizon Lego. Well, I mean
Man, get the
Lego, I
fuck
guess is
out
the
of
only
here,
one.
bro. That's not. I don't. I'm not counting that. I'm
That
not
game was
counting
All
that.
weak,
right.
and I'm a big Horizon fan. That game was trash.
Yes,
I
sir. So
beat it.
all of them working on something new, pretty much, except for Gorilla. So it's more like 90% than 60.
So let's go with what Henry just said here, because now this is all speculation. We don't know shit. We're guessing, and a lot of what we're gonna say is
Yeah,
probably
who the
what we
hell
would
knows
like.
what the hell blue fucking the
Blue
goddamn
Point,
Demon Souls team.
Blue
Blue
Point.
Point, yeah.
But Henry, let me ask you this: where do you think a studio like Gorilla with the Horizon IP, they're probably going to be working on the third one to finish off the trilogy. We heard rumors that they're working on a live service game. Let's just say they released that third IP, right? They released a live service game. Do you think that a studio like Gorilla will continue with the Horizon IP, whether it's offshoots, or do you think they'll now go into something completely new? Like, are we at the point where we're going to see the end to the Horizon IP?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be it. I think it's gonna be it for them, and then at least for a while, I think it's gonna be it.
Yeah, I think they could bring it back
And
like in the future in space
yeah,
or some shit.
and they're
You know what
gonna
I
they're
mean?
gonna let they're gonna let the multiplayer game rock out for a couple years, and then produce hopefully a fucking sci-fi shooter. You know what I mean? Hopefully
Like
they reach
Killzone?
back in. Yeah, something similar to that. Um, hopefully they do that. But yeah, I think because you don't want to. I mean, I know a lot of people fake hate Horizon already, but if
Yeah.
they keep on, if they do a four and a five, yeah, people gonna definitely get sick of it for real. So it's in their best interest to just do this
They
third
are
one.
really long games too.
Yeah,
Well,
do your multiplayer spinoff and then go provide that fucking sci-fi shooter, bro. That's what we need over here, a sci-fi shooter, and
well,
it
what?
could be what you say.
No, finish what you're saying.
I said, and it can be, and I'm not just saying that to kind of edge over to like multiplayer because it don't even gotta be that. You know what I mean? They can just make a first person narrative, beautiful, super immersive. You know what I mean? First person sci-fi, and it don't even gotta be sci-fi. You know what I mean? Just go back and do that because they did that really well and they're capable of doing it, and they've shown that they can do open world RPG elements, action, and because they got a lot of tools in their belt. You know, it's not looking at it now. It's nothing that they can't do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That
And they have one of
studio.
the most beautiful game engines in the world too.
That's one of the most premier, in my opinion, one of the most premier engines
Yeah.
in game development right now. You know what I mean?
You know,
Come on now.
I'm gonna agree with you on the multiplayer side of things real quick. Something you don't hear from Will very often, but I actually think that Gorilla cannot move away from Horizon IP. They cannot move away from it until they do a multiplayer or live service or even a fucking campaign with a multiplayer element to this with a prequel of the Horizon IP. I
Yeah,
feel
that would
like
be tight. That would
I
be tight.
I feel like they would leave so much money on the table. They would leave something on the table that fans really want, right? Because we want to see the Ted Faro before Ted Faro. You know what I mean? We want to see them create these machines that ate up all the organics in the world, which caused the world to end. We want to see that.
Yeah, I'm with
And I
it.
think that is such a prime story to be told, especially with a PvP aspect where one team is the soldiers, organic soldiers versus the machines. Like outside of fucking what's that movie from the 80s with Arnold, T-100 or T-1000?
Terminator.
Outside of Terminator, humans versus machines, you don't really see that in video games too much. You know what I mean? I mean, you
Nah, you
do
really don't.
all the time, but not a straight up war like that. You see it with Helldivers a little bit, right? You see it with a lot of different games, but it's very bite sized. And I think the Horizon IP, the story is, I mean, to me, it's one of the best stories told, right? The only way to save the human race is by fucking putting embryos or DNA of people and then have AI recreate the fucking world in order to make humans later on.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
that shit was fucking crazy.
That is a crazy fucking story. So imagine the war and
Believable too, especially with modern times what's happening.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
this shit could be like
absolutely.
25 years down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely, it could be. So that just blows my mind. So I do agree with that. Any other studios, Henry, that you think once they come out with this next game, they're done with that IP, they're moving on to something else, or do you think it happened already? I mean, we could say Bend is
They
done.
don't have a lot of IPs that have been going forever and a day.
Yeah, they
Yep.
don't.
They
Except
don't.
for, they got God of War, they got
God of War, that's it.
they got
Gran Turismo.
yeah, but
That ain't gonna change.
that's
I mean, Naughty
That's
Dog with
Naughty
with
Dog ain't
Nathan Drake.
that. There ain't been a new game in 10 years, 9
That's
years.
true. That's true. Ratchet and Clank,
I guess, yeah.
that's another one. That's another one.
Sackboy.
That was
Done,
they did that
baby.
outside. They're not working on that themselves. They contracted that out.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Honestly, this new wave of PlayStation IPs that they've shown us so far, I haven't been overly hyped for. Like the Soros one looks pretty cool, but it's mainly the gameplay. Um, outside of that, I'm not hyped for Intergalactic yet. So yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. My son, he has zero, absolutely zero done. I buy the damn. Okay, that's also out with the Venom game and a Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I think we will see a Spider-Man 3 and a Venom game. Hopefully, if they're smart about it, they would. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Will there be a Venom and a Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, at this point, if they because the streets asking for that Venom game, bro. I can give
Yeah,
a
they
fuck
are.
about Spider-Man 3, but Venom for sure, man. It's just leaving money on the table. The assets are already made. Everything is already made. They just got put together. So it would be foolish of them to not do it, because it wouldn't really. What would it cost them to do it?
I don't think it cost them over $100 million, other than
Yeah,
licensing and stuff. I'm talking about actual cost
and
to
more,
make the game, not all the licensing bullshit and the marketing and all that shit. But
yeah, and Marvel going for it. That's all they got is Insomniac. Everything else Marvel is ass. So they gonna go. They gonna go
it
for it.
really has. Their other games have bombed like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Marvel
Rivals, I guess.
games. Marvel
Okay.
games is the only thing that's cooking for them. They got Rivals. They got Insomniac. They got what's
You
that?
seen Avengers did
Marvel.
Midnight Suns? That fucking shit the bed.
The mobile game Marvel Snap. They got Marvel
Actually,
Snap.
Midnight Suns. A lot of people that have. Hey, what up, Voyager? He says, I just want my goddamn anti-style Iron Man game. Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah, I know.
You need to play that Iron Man VR game. That was actually pretty good. They had not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I got that from my son, and it was like $100 for the PS4 VR Iron Man game combo. But damn, I was gonna say something, and I completely forgot about it. Fuck. What were you guys saying?
We're just talking about how they pretty much already got all the assets ready, and Marvel games is the only thing that
Oh,
Marvel
Marvel
got popping.
Suns. So
Midnight
Marvel
Suns.
Midnight Suns. So I own the game physically, haven't played it. The reason I bought it was because a lot of people, one, who aren't superhero people or don't like these turn-based kind of card games, both of those people liked Marvel Suns. So that intrigued me because I'm willing to try anything, even a genre I'm not like a huge fan of, because there's always that one. Expedition 33 was that one for me. I don't like turn-based games, but I played that and it was amazing, right? So I'm willing to give something a shot, and I got it for like $10, brand fucking new. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Do you think the Marvel IP in video games is still going strong, meaning more developers are still trying to make more of these IP, or do you think that is dying, kind of like it has been in the cinema aspect of Marvel? Nelson, what do you think about that?
Both. I mean, it's a valuable IP to get a hold of, but the asking price to make a licensed game these days, especially something from Disney, is high. It's very, very high. So if
Yeah,
you don't hit a fucking Spider-Man 20 million, you probably ain't gonna make no money.
yeah,
You
I
know
agree with
what I
that.
mean? Because they probably want 100 million up front and like 25% of your goddamn sales, and you know what I mean, and 100 million in marketing, and you get where I'm getting at here.
Yeah. What about you, Henry? You're not really, or am I? What do you think?
I mean, I like superheroes. It's just I like specific ones. I think I think I I think it's really depending on who is making the game, bro. Because like you have, because for example, there was a Marvel game similar to Marvel Rivals, but it was on mobile. Shit didn't do good. You know what I'm saying? And then we had Marvel Avengers on console and PC, and on paper that shit's supposed to print money. Didn't do good. But then you had Spider Man, did good. And you had Marvel Rivals, did good. Then on mobile you got Marvel Snap, doing good.
How much did
So
fucking Square Enix lose for Marvel's Avenger? Wasn't it like 190 million in the hole or something?
Yeah, but they fucked up with that game. They
yeah, they
really
fucked
They
it
fucked
up.
did.
up.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
I
So
wish I still would
I,
have kept my copy because that motherfucker's selling for like $100 right now.
it's just really depending on who producing the game. And I also think now Marvel gonna be a lot more selective as far as who they let, what I'm saying, put something together. Because
That
we
I don't
seen what
think, because it
happened.
seems like they'll put out their shit to anybody willing to pay the price.
I don't know, man. Because then they just canceled that Captain America Black Panther joint. That joint just
No.
got. I thought they ain't canceled
Yeah.
it.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, no, they didn't. Or the Black Panther one? No, they just leaked it. The Marvel 1940 something, that one?
What happened with
Yeah.
the studio that they didn't want to hire any white people? I thought they was making that game.
Yeah, yeah, they were, but they just got
Oh
fired.
yeah, that one.
They just got replaced, you know. That's
Oh,
it's too
okay,
much
okay, okay.
money.
I'm
It's too
tripping.
much
I'm
money.
tripping. I'm tripping. I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah.
But
Them people are
I
just
thought when they got the team up out of there, that game was finished.
nah. They're like, no, we spent too much on this IP. It's easy to replace all y'all fucking racist motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah, no.
Well,
Actually the
that's my
game just
mistake
got
then.
leaked. The game got leaked. We actually saw footage of it. We don't know how the footage was. We actually Thrifty showed it on his podcast on Wednesday, which I was a part of. It looked okay. I mean, I don't judge. I don't really care about these leaks like that. I don't pay attention to them. But all I want to know is if it's still going or not, and we think it still is based on the information.
I think that game's got like a 50-50 shot. I don't know if that's gonna work out or not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's Nelson's right. I mean, they could just say fuck it and cancel it, right? But
Yeah, they're probably already 150 million in.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's 150 million in is a lot. Canceling that is a lot better than
Yeah, because
canceling
after you
that.
put that marketing, that $100 million
Yeah,
of marketing in his shit too, after you got another 100 million to fucking put into. Oh man.
yeah, it's a big jump. Let's move on real quick to another topic. This one is the PlayStation update that we all got recently, and the reason I wanted to read this because I'm unsure of everything that upgrade was, and it was a hefty fucking upgrade. I forget how many gigs it was, but let's get into it real quick. Then we'll go over with the boys real quick to see what they think and if they notice any differences. But this is from Game Rant, and it says here after revealing more details yesterday, Sony has rolled out a new PlayStation 5 system update introducing a new power saver mode and the ability to pair DualSense controllers across multiple devices simultaneously. The latter has been on many PlayStation 5 fans' wishlist for a while now, and with this new patch, it will be easier than ever to seamlessly switch between PC consoles and mobile devices. The last few months of 2025 promises to bring a number of heavy hitters to the PlayStation 5, with Dying Light the Beast, which you're seeing in the screen right now. By the way, fucking dope. I'm loving it. Silent Hill F, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and EA Sports FS or FC26 rounding now September's lineup. October will be no less busy with Ghost of Yotei, highly anticipated October 2nd release only weeks away, and Battlefield 6 coming shortly after. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be coming to the PS5 in mid-November, and for the holiday season, Sony fans can look forward to Octopath Traveler Zero, Code Violet, and Mortal Kombat Legacy. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I've been trying to get a code for Code Violet for the last couple months. I have been trying. I fuck with that team. I support what that Team Kill Media is doing. I know they get shit on a lot, but hopefully we can come to terms and we can actually move this thing forward because that would be dope to bring something like that to the channel and to show you guys. And Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection through December. Today, September 17th, September 17th, because today's September 21st, the new PlayStation 5 system update for September, codename 25.06-12.00.00 is currently rolling out for all users, coming in at 1.3 gigs. The useful update detailed on the official PlayStation blog allows users to connect their DualSense wireless controllers to multiple devices without needing to pair them each time. a feature that many have been asking for since the console's launch. Up to 4 devices can be registered simultaneously on the same controller, making it much easier to switch between console, PC, and mobile devices. Additionally, the update adds a new power saver mode. When this is active, supported PS5 games will scale back performance in order to reduce the console's power consumption. According to Sony, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, and Demon Souls will add this feature in future updates. Curious, curious, curiously, recent reports have surfaced stating that a new version of the PS5 Digital Edition with less storage space has begun to go on sale in Europe. While the standard console includes 1 terabyte of storage, the PS5 Digital E chassis CF12216 only includes 825 gigabytes. While Sony has not provided a reason for this model's launch, many believe it may help the company avoid another price increase. Later this month, Sony will have a huge presence at Tokyo Game Show, teasing more in-depth looks at Ghost of Yotei, Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, Astrobot, and more. With its launch just over 2 weeks away, fans are eager to get their hands on Ghost of Yotei, with Ghost of Tsushima sequel topping the pre-order charts immediately after sales went live in May. So basically, this update, what it will do, will give you a new power save mode that will basically weaken the power of the game, so you save on power, which, like, I don't know, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, who is asking for that shit? But the other one that is interesting is the fact that you're able to program your controller up to 4 different devices without having to reprogram it every time you do it, which I actually like. I don't play on PC, but I do play on Steam Deck, and even though the Xbox controller is the preferred controller for Steam Deck because it's easier to program, and not just that, a lot of the games that do have modding for controllers use an Xbox layout and the Xbox controller for that. For those of you guys that don't know, which I learned this when I got my Steam Deck, which pissed me the fuck off, and another reason why I fucking hate PC, is you can find a game, but most all games are designed for keyboard and mouse. Most games also have controller pairing option, but within that controller pairing option, there's a million different controllers you can use. Some developers focus on Xbox controllers, some developers focus on some of those third-party controllers, but not every game you can play with a specific controller, especially some of the older titles or indie titles. So modders have created mods so that you can plug in your controller of choice, and then it's easy to just play with your controller. Aside from the point is, I see the benefit of being able to use your DualSense and other, hardware. Henry, do you think this is a good thing, a bad thing? Will you be taking advantage of this? Mind you, it's not just PC, it's also for mobile games. What do you think about this update? Is it the update that the gamers really wanted, or is this PlayStation just saying, we're involved with PC, we might as well make it as easy as possible for people to play PC with their controller?
I don't know, man. I think I don't know, because at this point, it's been so long since the release that if you got a console and you also got a PC, you probably just got 2 fucking controllers already. You know what I mean? And they release different colors often enough. Many people already pick up multiple controllers. It's for me, when I play on mobile, I just use my PS4 controller, since I don't use it for shit else and it's just there. I just have it paired to my phone, and I got a mount, like a plastic mount, and I just put my phone on it and use that when I'm playing mobile. I guess it's cool. I guess it's not nothing I was clapping about, because even with the power save stuff, it's like, so what? I'm not like, how much money am I really saving on my power bill?
Yeah,
I don't really care that much.
And I actually have accurate numbers for you guys if you want to know.
Yeah, go ahead, spit them out.
So your PlayStation pulls in about, depending on usage, of course. So I'm going to give you guys my number. PlayStation will pull about $5 to $15 a month in power usage. Oh, sorry, okay. A year.
Yeah, see, like, bro, what the fuck
a year.
You doing, bro?
No, yeah, a year.
You know, a PC does like fucking like 10 times that.
Yeah.
That motherfucker will heat up your basement in the winter, though, if you got like a big card.
And mind you, that's just according to my usage.
California was restricting like the 80 and 90 series from Nvidia because of power draw.
Yeah, that's fuck that. Fuck that. Look, government, stay the fuck away from my personal property, bro. Like, I'm paying the fucking bill, not you. But what about you, Nelson? What do you think about this being able to program the controller in multiple ways? Is it beneficial to you? Do you not care? Is
It's
it?
not beneficial to me, but if my kids played it, they don't. So, I don't use it, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why they would say that this is the update that gamers wanted, because I've never heard of anybody. Well, I wouldn't say the controller part. I've seen people complain about it, but I don't want to say that they like were asking PlayStation for it. But yeah, I mean it's cool, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, like
Um,
yeah, bro. Yeah, who? I don't know anybody who read this like, oh my god, finally.
yeah,
No, ain't nobody
finally.
saying that shit, bro. Nobody give a
No.
fuck about that, man.
Only
Put out
PC
some real
gamers,
shit.
maybe, right? The guys that are switching between PC and PlayStation all the time, maybe them if they are. But what I've noticed with those dudes too is that they also used to be Xbox fans, so they'll say some shit like the Xbox is my favorite controller. So even those dudes probably don't even really give a fuck. But while we're talking of controllers, Henry, what is your favorite controller of all time? I know we spoke about this while playing Borderlands, but let's let the people know. And chat, let me know as well. Before we go over that, Henry, let me just read this chat real quick. I just want let me it's over RPG. Ain't happening. Oh, fucking RPG talking about Anthem. Use my Edge. Yes, Edge is the best control. Anyways, Henry, let the people know and chat. Let me know too. What is your favorite controller of all time? Not of this gen, not of last gen, of all time. Henry, go ahead.
The Edge, baby. That
The Edge.
motherfucking Edge. That's it.
Yeah. What about you,
That is
Nelson?
it.
PS DualSense.
DualSense Edge or
I
the
never had
DualSense?
using the Edge.
Yeah, the DualSense is also my favorite. It just feels so good, man. That DualSense Edge is something else, man. What about you, chat? Let me know in the comment section or to the chat. What is your favorite place or
Controller of
controller
all
ever?
time.
Yeah, it don't have to be PlayStation. It could be the
Yeah, it could be
Xbox
the
retarded fucking controller with the offset keys and shit.
it can be the nunchucks from
From
the Wii.
it could be the fucking Joy Cons. It could be who the
Yeah,
fuck is
bro.
picking the Joy Cons as their favorite controller of all time? Damn, I'm gonna die.
Nelson. Nelson.
Nelson. No, he just said it's the DualSense.
Nah, he just putting
He's lying.
he a Nintendo boy now. Come on.
He's he's lying. No, Nelson's favorite controller is a cardboard box that Nintendo puts out.
Actually, I don't know, man. The Switch Pro controller is fucking.
Wow. See, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
what's
haven't
up,
tried the two
Lyoko?
yet. That'll probably be it, but I ain't got one yet.
You ain't
Yeah,
watch
nah,
the Will Triple JP controller review?
nah. He don't give a fuck about. He don't watch my channel, bro. Also, don't watch my
Hmm.
shit. Only when it's like 3-bit games and shit that I'm opening up.
I watched the first 3 minutes to give a like.
Hey, that's okay. I'd rather take that than nothing. Let's see what the chat
I
says real
can't see
quick.
what the hell you're doing anyways, because when I listen to shit, I'm either working, driving, mowing the
Yeah, I
lawn,
feel
doing
that.
laundry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, oh, we loading up the game. Like, I can't see that you're loading up the fucking game.
Well, you act
My
like I
hands is
ain't talking the
full.
whole way through. You act like I
Yeah, I
don't talk
am,
for
but
blind people. Anyways, we'll talk about this later. Let's move on to the next topic because this one is interesting. And the Yoko already accepted your friend request, bro. This one is interesting. This one, the title is In Spain, the PS5 is starting to outsell the Switch 2 again. It says here many of PlayStation's most passionate fans live in Europe, and the region's always been a bit of a stranglehold for Sony. We know that because Xbox could never get a foothold in Europe, could never get a foothold in Japan or the East. And it says
it
here
did.
now,
It did.
when?
It just. Who the hell is this now?
That's Lyoko. What up,
That's
Lyoko?
Lyoko.
Okay.
We're
Just
good, man.
making
How
sure
about
it
you?
wasn't one of my. I'm just making sure it wasn't one of my kids' dumbass friends that my kids added to my account.
Nah, what's up, Lyoko? How you doing, bro?
Pretty
You good?
good, brothers.
No,
Up
you're
just a
good.
tad. Just a touch.
Fucking with you.
Oh yeah, now he is. Let's see if the chat can hear you though.
You trying to shit on this? Boy just said he's mute on
Nelson,
our
yeah,
side.
walk him through the
Oh yeah,
options so
go.
he
Okay,
can.
so go into the party voice chat. If you've done it before, sometimes when it updates all that shit, you gotta do it again. I don't know
All right, they
why,
should be
but
able to hear me now.
RPG in the chat gonna let us know. Let the
Testing,
people
testing,
know.
testing.
I can hear him, so he's good. But Lyoko, what is your favorite controller of all time, bro? Let us know.
Can't really talk about that since I've really not used anything outside of the PlayStation controllers. Like I remember, not entirely true. I did use a couple of the Xbox controllers, like the Xbox One
Mm.
S, when I was like at a mall. Only used it a few times. I can't remember. I remember it feeling pretty good. Like I'm still not used to the whole Xbox layout. Like I'm more used to the controller layout where the dual analog sticks are right next to each other. So it's just a little weird adjusting to an Xbox controller.
Well, which one is your favorite PlayStation controller?
This might be just due to recency bias, but probably the DualSense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I like how that
DualSense.
sound. I like how that sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
it's
like the
like the only
DualSense.
it's the
I
only
prefer
game
the
that feels
Xbox
truly
One
next
controller.
gen
I
about the
prefer the
PS5.
Xbox One controller to the new ones because the goddamn D-pad wasn't such a piece of shit.
Look, all I know is I've only owned an Xbox this console generation, and I've had already what do they call that problem that controllers get?
Stick drift.
Dick Drift.
Yeah, stick drift. I already had it, and mind you, if I have more than like 200 hours combined on my Xbox, I would be surprised. So that's my experience with the Xbox controller, which sucks. But getting back into this topic that we were just reading, before Nelson rudely interrupted me, talking about Xbox had a stronghold on the East or Europe at any other time in history, which I don't remember. It says here, many a PlayStation was passionate. I already read that. Now, according to an episode of Spanish podcast Vandal Radio, as translated by Reset Era, the PS5 is beginning to assert its dominance over the Switch 2 following the Nintendo's format launch earlier this year. The podcast claims that the PS5 outsold the Switch 2 throughout August and that this trend has continued into September thus far. As far as we understand it, stock of the Nintendo machine is readily available in the region. In terms of physical software sales, games like Chronos: The New Dawn are performing much better on PS5 than Switch 2 as well, although this to be expected considering the much larger install base of Sony's system at this point. It's always worth adding that most games are purchased digitally these days. Of course, while Spain is a moderately large market in Europe, it may not be indicative of a global picture. We'll need to wait much more sales data from around the world before jumping to any firm conclusions. So we'll start with Lyoko first. Lyoko, PlayStation is selling better than the Switch right now.
In
One,
Spain,
in Spain,
apparently,
in Spain, yeah, in
which is like
Spain.
the smallest market on the planet.
You see how he do? You see how he
See,
do?
see,
You see him?
see, we're gonna kick Nelson out because that's not even the conversation.
You
And
know, Switch is gonna kick the shit out of PlayStation.
it
Fuck out of
just
here.
it just said here. It just said here literally, but Nelson knows best, right? It says here,
Damn right, you're learning.
uh where is it in terms of the of course, while Spain is a moderately large market in Europe, right? So it's one of the bigger markets in Europe. But Lyoko, getting back to you, do you think this means anything? Do you think that this is just PlayStation is having a wave, or do you think that Nintendo is actually could be possibly in trouble with competing with PlayStation in that market? What do you think about that?
With the Switch 2, right now it's too early to tell since the console has not even been out for a year. So it makes sense PlayStation's going to be ahead of the curve since it's been around in the market longer. But honestly, just generally throughout history, PlayStation has just always been a very popular console brand worldwide. And we also have to take in consideration what is the usual popular gaming markets in Spain. Does anyone know? Like, is the huge majority of the market like console players, PC players, mobile gamers? So I wouldn't be able to tell you anything on that.
Well, we could speak on the fact that it's console, right? PC. generally when they bring up these topics, they're generally talking about consoles themselves, not gaming as a whole. You know, when we include PC in the conversation, so we can make the assumption that we're talking about Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. But yeah, you're right. PlayStation has been the.
I What I
Go
would
ahead.
say, I was to expect sales to go down for the PlayStation 5 since we're nearing the end of the generation. I mean, a lot of the rumors right now is that the PlayStation 6 is Sony's main priority right now while doing the PS5 stuff on the side, and that the goal is to release and for Microsoft is to at least release around 2027, maybe early 2028.
Yeah. Well.
So right now the hype could be due to first party games like Ghost of Yotei coming out, and maybe that's giving people incentive to like check out the PS5.
Yeah. And I mean, in raw reality, PlayStation shouldn't even be focusing on the PS6. They should be fucking focusing on making fucking games. But that's a topic
Well,
for
my
discussion.
understanding is that every generation, that's nothing new. I think they always gear up for the next
Yeah,
console
right away.
simultaneously, just in the secrets. They just don't confirm anything until like
Hmm.
nearing the launch.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine that PlayStation's probably been working on the PS6 probably since 2023.
Oh yeah. Oh, way. Well, we've heard from the big dogs over at these, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo that they normally start working on the shit right away. Like it comes out and it's off to the races with the next console. So it wouldn't surprise me if they got started within that same year or even within a couple years. But Henry, what about you? Do you think that this means anything significant in in Spain? Do you think that Nintendo is pissing people off finally, and Spain is just the first one, or what do you think?
I was wondering if, cause I would imagine that, in Spain they really like that what's the FC football club, whatever that is,
Yeah, FC
the soccer
26.
game.
FC 26 by EA.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering because when I was like, well, maybe it's just because, well, and I don't know when that game even come out, but I was wondering if it have
Next
anything
month
to do
or November.
with that game. Maybe they just picking them up just to be prepared to play the new soccer game. You know what I mean? But it could be that like they might be on the fuck Nintendo way, but I'm more apt to lean toward they just go ahead and get their stuff together so they be prepared to play that new football club game because you know from what I hear that's what they enjoy over there on that side of the world.
Yeah.
And maybe like they've been on PS4s, and I don't really know how the culture is if they quick to jump on the new systems or do they wait a little while to jump on the new systems, and so that's more of what I'm leaning to because I don't know, like, do they usually purchase a lot of Nintendo consoles, or
Yo,
do
what
they
up,
have any
Hanzo?
Enzo in the building?
Hell's in the building. Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying because football or soccer, how we say it here in America, is the most popular sport in the world, and it wouldn't surprise me if people are buying that. To me, that's a game that sells consoles, But Football Club is also available on Xbox. It's also available on the Switch. So, I don't want to act like it's an exclusive to PlayStation. That's why it's selling consoles, but I think it is the best way to play that game. Nelson, what about you? What do you think this means? Does it mean anything? It's just that PlayStation is being hot right now. What do you think?
I don't think it really means a whole lot.
And
It
Scott.
doesn't
before
sound like they
Nelson
have
talks,
accurate
remember
numbers. They're
Nelson is
guessing.
a fucking Nintendo
Yeah, he
fanboy.
Nintendo guy, bro.
He
He
if he
Nintendo
can
fan,
milk
bro.
Nintendo, he would. Go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah, I don't really take a lot of any of these fucking places what they sell without hard numbers. They just fucking saying shit to say shit.
I
They
mean,
need something to write. They make
that's what
something
we're
up.
doing. We're saying shit to say shit.
Yeah, no, but people don't take us seriously. It's all opinion. These are like,
Oh, some
oh,
people do.
we heard from fucking goddamn some fucking random person that blah blah blah. Remember when fucking PlayStation 5s were overheating and starting on fire and turning into Terminator 2000 or
Yeah,
T1000 and shit?
kidnapping
Like,
your
oh,
fucking
the
mom.
CMOS battery, like my PS2 from 25 years ago still works, but I got to worry about a CMOS battery. Probably after I die, and just fucking, you need something to write, motherfucker. Like, goddamn.
Damn.
Y'all bored.
That's actually one of the positive changes they made regarding the PS5 Pro mid-gen upgrade / revision, is that when you ever take off the faceplates and for example, you ever need to replace the CMOS battery in the future for your PS5 Pro, they've actually designed it in a way where it's much easier to replace now if you ever need to do it. Like,
I've
it's a
never
lot
had to
more
replace one, and
easier
I've
to
had
easy to apply.
consoles for a million years.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, those
what we
things are
got is a
what? Those
fucking tech
designs
guy
are
on this
those things
bitch
are
now.
designed to last for what? Typically 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, something like that. A long
Yeah,
time.
well, I've had well, I don't know. I guess after 10 years, I'm not really using it that much.
Yes. So, Lyoko, wait a minute. Weren't we friends on PlayStation before? Did you unfriend me?
No, this is a different account.
Oh, okay, that's why. I'm like, damn, you hate me, bro. I'm glad you're here, by the way, Lyoko. Thank you. That's why we do this podcast to have fresh people like you come up here and speak your mind. So thank you. I appreciate it. Let's move on to the next topic. Anybody else anything to say about this sales in Spain? Lyoko, Henry, you guys good?
Shout out to Spain. I'm trying to visit out there one day.
Yeah, me
Shout
too.
out to the Spanish brothers and
Absolutely.
sisters
That's a fact. Let's move on to the next topic real quick. And this next one is for the Bloodborne fanboys and fangirls out there. We just gotta finally take the dog out back and put it in.
You ain't getting another one, so stop.
Put it to bed. It says here,
I know where this is going.
Insider provides Bloodborne updates and it's not good. Wah, wah, wah. It says here, industry.
It's not gonna happen. Y'all need to let it go.
Yes, but now that I read the first line to myself, and now I'm like, fuck, this article is fucking worthless, and I'm gonna tell you, and you'll see why. Industry insider Jeff Grubb says a reason. Yeah, so this actually means that they are working on not just the Bloodborne remake, but they're actually gonna do about 10 more of these fucking games because Jeff is always wrong. With his sources turned up some answers Bloodborne fans always dread. Nothing is happening. The update raises fresh doubts that the chance of Bloodborne being modernized anytime soon. Launches in 2015, still capped at 30 frames per second.
Watch that bitch be announced next week now.
Bloodborne has fueled a decade's worth of re-release rumors that have flared up and fizzled out close to a dozen times. Most recently, Sony issued a DMCA takedown notice to the makers of 60 frames per second Bloodborne mod in January 2025.
They tied.
Prompting speculation that if the company was taking notice of such fan projects, official efforts to modernize the game could at least be in the pipeline. All quiet on the Bloodborne frontline, Insider says. No such thing in this case, Jeff Grubb reports, speaking during the September 18 episode of the Game Mess Decides podcast. The industry insider said that he had checked in with his sources relatively recently, but continued to hear that nothing is happening with Bloodborne. The remarks, Mark Grubb, whatever. So, Lyoko, what do you think? Will PlayStation ever do a freaking remaster of this game? Or a remake?
Honestly, no. Like, the fact that people have been waiting this long for something related to Bloodborne, at this point the fans are just desperate for anything. And, I don't know how well Bloodborne sold. I never played it. I just know it's like one of the more.
It sold well, but it didn't.
Games.
It wasn't. It was like
it sold about 7 million. 7 million.
It's like, god damn! It's like this is something people have been crying about for how long now? A decade. And Sony is always like super hush hush when it comes on. Like, yo, is there anything on Bloodborne? Can we at least get a remaster? Can we get a PS5 port? Can we get a sequel, a remake, something? But Sony's like, nah, fuck you.
Lyoko, you there? You dropped out.
Oh, you guys didn't hear what I said?
We said we heard. Oh, you stopped.
Fuck you.
You stopped that. You said fuck you.
I said I was basically joking to saying Sony's saying to the fans like, nah, fuck.
Oh
you.
yeah. We heard that. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, Henry, what do you think about that?
Nah, I think it's dead. I think they only did that 6 and 6 because they ain't want nobody making no money off that shit. Because sometimes these people with these mods, they'll do like a Patreon or something, and they'll end up indirectly like profiting off of it. They won't be like selling it per se, you know what I mean? But you join the Patreon and you get certain benefits or what have you. But if I was them, I'd put one out. To be honest with you, because why not? How much would it cost them to do?
I mean, it's not like it didn't sell anything. They did sell 7 million or so.
Yeah, and the fans want it, bro. Quick.
What about you, Nelson? What do you think? Do you think PlayStation will finally give in to the fans?
No, they don't give a fuck about their fans.
That is true. Let's see what Lyoko pulls up here with the facts. Yeah, I just don't know. But guys, it's been 10 years, not even
It's
a
over, bro.
glimpse, not even a tease, not even a
Realize
nothing.
I tell you what, I think you'll see a remake on PS6. That's how long you gotta wait.
Yeah.
There you go.
If that.
Okay, I just wanted to see how popular Bloodborne was. So, AI overview on Google says it sold over 7 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely by my most subjective and
Back in them
objective
games
metrics.
too, that game probably cost sub 500
that is
million.
successful, but it's not maybe big and maybe not the success Sony wanted. They were probably hoping for more for them to greenlight a sequel.
I don't think so, because back then, fucking Dark Souls games sold like a couple mil, like mil or two.
Well,
Bloodborne's
wasn't
like
was
right
it
around when they started taking off, and then
Bloodborne even sold better than like the Silent Hill 2 remake. That game sold only 2 million. This one sold 7 million.
yeah.
but is it what is this 7 million like over time or is it like 7 million
Yeah,
in like
overtime.
2 months or 3
No,
months?
overtime.
Yeah,
Overtime.
Bloodborne has
cause
sold
I
over
doubt that
7
bitch
million
did
copies with
that
the
right.
leaked data from Insomniac Games in 2022 revealing that sold through 7,464 million units by February 2022.
Okay, so it came out what 2015? What year it come out?
2015.
20,
It
so in
says,
seven
while the
years
last official
it
figure
did
was around
seven.
2 million copies in 2015.
Oh, so okay. Sorry, first year it did 2 million. They ain't bad.
No, and mind you,
that
that's
was
what.
back when games cost a lot less too.
What's the motorcycle game
Jeez, this
from Ben
game is a
Studio?
decade old. We're getting old.
Yeah, we are. What's the motorcycle game from Ben Studio?
Days Gone,
Days
Days
gone.
Gone.
goat.
Days Gone sold 10 million, and they're not even making a remake remaster of that, or they did do a remaster, but
They
They
did.
they're
did.
not doing a sequel. You know what I mean? And for Bloodborne, they would have to do more work to that than they did for Days Gone, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I would think
That shit
so.
run like
It runs like shit. I mean, the Days Gone already ran pretty well when they came
the
out.
engine was old.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
Chat.
you were close. So Days Gone sold between 8 to 9 million. So still pretty good, but not 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
the only reason they weren't happy is because fucking it took everyone bought it when the shit went down to $20.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I think it'll sell, Hanzo, but you're right. They'll make it and then nobody will fucking buy it. I mean, look, it's another Souls game. You play one, you played them all. In my opinion, I don't fucking care about those games. Anything else you guys want to say about Bloodborne before we move on to the next topic here? No?
Honestly,
Okay.
just give us a Bloodborne PS5 port so we can play it with faster load times to 60, so the Bloodborne fans will have something to chew on because I can relate to the pain. Like, bro, there's certain games I've been wanting to come back for what, like a decade or now, but I've accepted that just with some games it's just never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I would want them to get something Bloodborne related just so they will stop being upset about it.
Yeah, like shut up, you big crybaby.
Yeah, like I said,
Like, I'm not saying you
if I
gotta,
was Sony, I'd put it
do a
out.
sequel or a remaster, but at least port it or make a PS5 version so that
Or
way
at least
Bloodborne
upgrade
can
it
play
or
at high.
something.
Yeah, like give it like at least some enhancements, like do a PS5. Like I would like for example, a PS5 version, a current gen version of Red Dead 2, because I don't want to play that game since it's only locked at 30 frames on console.
Well, they say they are working on one, but I don't know about that either.
Now, Rocksteady, for some weird reason, does not like doing remakes or remasters of their old games unless they like outsource it to another studio.
They do ports though. Like they ported fucking Batman how many times? That Batman trilogy's been done a lot.
I
I'm
see what you
saying?
mean, but what does that? I see what you mean, but what does that have to do with Rockstar? Because that's not a Rockstar game.
Yeah,
You're
What do you
thinking
say?
of
What do you say?
You're thinking of Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Rockstar.
Oh, Rockstar. No, they're the cheap. They do everyone else do it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the last time Rockstar
They cheap as fuck too.
outsourced
They don't
one
even
of the,
find a good studio. They use some goddamn bullshit ass mobile studio.
Which is funny because the last time they actually wanted to meet the demands of a remaster collection of one of their old franchises, like
God
the
damn
older
it.
Grand Theft Auto, it was a disaster at launch, and they
Sony
outsourced it
headset.
to like a yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I'm
Sony
cutting in
headsets
and
are
out.
trash. I am a piece of shit.
Let's
I'm gonna have to
continue
go back
on.
to using the Astro.
Let's continue with the next topic while these Nelson's bitching about the Sony PlayStation headset because they keep disconnecting, which they just had a recent update. And Nelson, I just heard your shit connect back by on its own. So that means the update is fucking working, ain't it?
This is supposed
If
to
you
have a
mean I have
better
to, it
quality because
fucking
it's
connects and
wired.
reconnects constantly, yeah, sure, I guess.
Okay, once. It happens once so far.
No, it's happened 3 times, but yeah.
Let's continue
It
on with
happened
some
5 times before that, fucking
Ghost
earlier
of
today too.
Yotei
Constantly.
information because this one is
Piece of
interesting.
shit.
This one is saying, talking about the budgets, the comparison between Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima. And it says here how Ghost of Yotei's budget compares to Tsushima. Ghost of Yotei's overall budget is roughly the same as that of its predecessor, Ghost of Tsushima. According to comments made by Sucker Punch Studios head
Yeah, I'm
Brian
also cutting
Fleming.
out.
Oh, you got the dual headset as well, the PlayStation?
No, I'm using the SteelSeries wired headset, and it's like I got the controller headset plugged into my controller.
Motherfucking piece of shit. All right.
Made by Sucker Punch Studios head Brian Fleming, the second entry into what is becoming the hit feudal Japan-based action-adventure series. Ghost of Yotei is one of the most highly anticipated games coming for the PlayStation 5, and the money behind it should help it pack a powerful punch. Following up on the first game in the series, Ghost of Yotei will feature a new protagonist, Atsu, as she journeys past Edo-era Japan's border to the island of Okay, fuck this shit. Anyways, Ghost of Yotei costs as much as Ghost of Tsushima to make. In a newly published interview with GameFile, which requires a subscription to read, Fleming stated that the cost of developing Ghost of Tsushima and its soon-to-be-released sequel were roughly the same. According to several sources, Ghost of Tsushima budget was around $60 million, which is meager for a major AAA title. When we look at the financials and the cost, the man years
I
and the
heard
amount,
somewhere that Ghost of Tsushima's budget was around 90 million.
I think the 60 million but a number has been around for a long, long time. I remember reading an article about that, or 2020, give or take. But anyway, let me continue here, finish it up, and then we'll get into the discussion. When we look at the financials, it costs the man years, the amount of months that the team time, the size of the team, that these people can't write, worked on it. It's very similar. Actually, he said during the interview, the size of Ghost of Tsushima development team has been reportedly at roughly 150 to 160 people. Though, as a generally smaller studio, it also outsourced some of its work outside developers. The smaller team size requires department heads to be resourceful, he said, encouraging them to be more considerate that every decision they make does not turn out to be wasteful. So, with that budget in mind, Sucker Punch may be looking to profit greatly from the sale of Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Tsushima sales had topped 13 million copies by last autumn, helping along by a resurgence that saw it unexpectedly become the best-selling game of May in 2024 in the United States market
It
following
helps
its
to have a game
PC
that sells
release.
good that didn't cost $250 million.
Despite its original PlayStation 4 version coming out nearly 4 years prior. So, $60 million, 150 to 160 million people, 150 to 160 people worked on the game. But $60 million is the number that's impressive here. Ghost of Tsushima, same budget. They sold about 13 million copies according to the article here. Huge success. And once again, the game resurged again in 2024 once they did a PC port and the numbers increased even more. They did a PS5 director's cut for the game, and it's one of my top 3 favorite games of all time. But that being said, this just goes to prove a couple different things. That you don't need hundreds of $1 million to make a great game. Ghost of Tsushima is a great game. I can't speak to Ghost of Yotei, it ain't out yet. But you can make a great game
Okay,
for
so since
$60
we were
million.
talking about the budget, I am looking online to try to find the budget, and I'm getting some conflicting numbers here. Like, yeah, one source does say 60 million, another one says something about 780, and I'm like, hold on, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that obviously does not seem right.
Yeah, I'm getting some conflicting numbers here, so I don't know what's the reliable source to check for budgets.
Well, the reliable source
None of them.
is probably none of them, but I am more apt to believe the 60 million just because we've heard it from numerous people over the last 5 years.
I don't, because Ratchet and Clank costs more than that. And we got that from Sony.
Ratchet and Clank, how much did Ratchet and Clank cost? 60 million as well, right?
75.
75. But once again, we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima. We're not, well, even if we go based on the figures that we just talked about, the director is saying that it costs about the same. But that's aside from the point. Henry, 60 million for Ghost of Tsushima, roughly 60 million for Ghost of Yotei. Now, do you think they were able to keep costs down for Yotei because it's basically the same fucking game? They just changed a couple things with the with the map,
I'm not gonna
but a
lie,
whole
that
new
math
character.
ain't mathing.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it's to me it looks like it could have like been a spinoff or whatever. So the only increase they probably had was hiring those Dragon Age Veilguard developers.
Yeah, well, that too.
So
That
it's probably at max. It's probably about
Yeah, the game
75
hasn't even
mil.
came out yet, but when you Google Ghost of Yotei budget, it says that the budget is reported to be very, very similar, at modest, approximately around 60 million as well.
Well, we have the game director saying that right here. It's a quote from him. So we know that that is a fact. The only thing that's arguable, which doesn't even fucking matter because we're all just shooting the shit any fucking ways, is was it 60 million, right? So the argument isn't is the numbers the same. The argument is how much it really was. So that is up for argument, and I'm glad Lyoko's looking into this because Nelson doesn't agree with that 60 million. Henry thinks it is 60 million. I think it's 60 million. Honestly, I really think that most games.
I say it's 80. Yeah, I say 80 max.
Yeah,
I
me
say
too.
150 max.
I say it could be anywhere between 50 to 100, but the no game should cost more than fucking 80 million. Let's be fucking real here. I mean, yes, you have the rock stars of the world, right? But the return on that investments are in the billions, so that's a whole separate argument.
In the studio and have movie theater night, and I mean that shit ain't free. You gotta have your avocado toast makers.
So anything
lattes.
else?
You know what your fucking latte is today? Was that $7 every 2 hours? Come on, add that onto your pay.
Lyoko, what do you think about that number? Do you think it's too high, too low? Also, now that we know that they can create a great game out of that money, why aren't other studios doing something similar?
See, I am skeptical that that must be a little hard to believe because it makes sense that it would be around more because you realize that the biggest contributors for why games have such huge budgets is because so many AAA studios for a long time now are meeting the demand for more demanding graphical fidelity. And when you look at the
Lyoko, you're cutting in and out. Oh, there you are.
You're back.
You're back.
So I'm not seeing any huge graphical leap, but I can definitely say that the art direction looks pretty much the same. But what are like the actual character models and the environments, like the textures on the leaves and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense they're still going with the same art style because it would make no sense to drastically change it, since that would kind of break some people's immersion. I could believe it's around. I would say this because of how much more detailed you notice. I would say it's not 60 million. It's around 65 to a million. So I would say it's up by a small margin.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And again, the reason the budgets are so high for so many of these games is because of every main AAA studio for the past decade trying to chase for this photorealistic art style with so many games in huge open worlds. I imagine they can drastically cut down if they, one, manage their budgets better, and two, just make games that are smaller in scope. Like, scale back your ambitions a bit and just make more simple games. Do what indie games are doing.
I wouldn't have a problem with the budgets and the amount of time it takes and the photorealism and none of that shit. I wouldn't have a problem with that stuff if the games came out working properly. But the fact that you're taking all this time, all this money to make these games, and half the time they're broken, buggy, the story sucked, there's some fucking bullshit agenda in there. It doesn't help the fucking cause. And then when we start to dive deep and look deeper, then we start to
That's
notice
also
that.
what I'm saying is that games having huge open worlds and photorealistic graphics is a huge contributor why these games take so long to make. If you just
Hmm.
embrace different art styles, like do what Nintendo does, like what is the usual budget for first-party Nintendo games? Does anyone know? Because I imagine they're super
$5
cheap to
million.
develop.
Yeah, fucking 3 pennies in a fucking Starbucks.
Because Nintendo understands what matters most important, not graphical fidelity, art direction, and most importantly, gameplay.
No,
Because I
you're
imagine the cost of development also goes up when you have to hire things like voice actors and all these other departments to make the most immersive cinematic experience. I imagine that plays a role in why the budgets are so high too.
yeah, but also, I mean, look, I don't want PlayStation to be like Nintendo. I don't want them to just do art style and no voice acting. And I mean, it's cool for a few games, but not all my games. There's a reason these games are called AAA blockbusters. You know what I mean? And the big boys are making their money back and they are making money on these games. So it ain't like, they're putting out these games and they're losing money or they're failing. Yes, a lot are, but PlayStation doesn't seem to be having a problem with that. So why do you think that is, Lyoko?
Thinks that help being in a fairly small city in Washington versus goddamn Los Angeles.
That too. Nelson is
You
right
can
about
pay
that.
someone $80K and they can own a decent home instead of having to pay them $350K for a 2-bedroom apartment.
And I'm not even against paying the developers well. It's just that the quality of people that they have working are shit. Henry, what do you think about that? Am I right? Is Nelson right? Are you somewhere in between? What do you think?
Oh man, I already agree. You know what I mean? Because they keep opening these studios in these expensive ass places with these people who aren't aren't used to working over 40 hours. You know what I mean? They gotta take breaks and play board games and all this kind of weird shit they gotta do. You know what I mean? Gotta have quiet rooms
When
and
you
nap
hear
time.
stories of developers in
Yeah,
AAA space working like 80
quiet
hours a
rooms and
week.
movie theaters. Motherfuckers be like, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
some work
bro.
done today, but I'm gonna
And
watch a
all that
movie
stuff,
before lunch. Then I'll get something
all
done.
that stuff costs money. You know what I mean? So you at the job, you're supposed to be working. They at the job, hanging out, chilling. We see all these
We also
videos
have to
from these
keep in
tech
mind there's
companies.
a human element to that. Another reason why it takes so long for games to come out because developing games has a high turnover rate. So I imagine new developers and new stuff get recycled all the time. And also you have to travel to move different studios to move all your equipment. You have to pay for things like travel to move your
Hmm.
equipment and start and pick up where you left off. Like that's another contributor. Like people, as much as we like to give crap on developers for making bad or good games, we have to keep in mind that making games is not easy at all. It like takes there's a which is why I think we should people should cut developers give more slack and understand. Like I always say, if you're gonna blame for a game being if your game comes out bad, don't blame the developers. Blame the higher ups at the studio that don't care about the quality and just want to see the money at the end of it.
Well, I think,
Blame like yeah.
well, you're right, Lyoko, I don't think that when people talk shit about developers, they necessarily mean the everyday worker, right? We understand. I mean, we have numerous examples of the fucking upper management saying, "No, we got to push this game out 6 months early because we got to make our fucking money this quarter," right? Or they cut corners and they shorten up the vision of whatever the game director had in mind. But at the same time, we cannot act like we don't see these a day in the life of a fucking Microsoft developer or a PlayStation developer or even a fucking Nintendo
Scooter fucking
developer.
eating toast and going to get a
Yes.
latte and shit.
And they walk into work and they have a state of the art cafeteria. They have fucking chefs and baristas and all sorts of shit. Their work day, it's little work, more play. There's
Thinking room, goddamn quiet
there
room.
is a great, great docu-series on YouTube from the people who make Psychonauts 2. What's that studio called? Oh God, Psychonauts. Let me look at my game collection here because this is important. I really would like for you guys to go watch this. It's been recorded over a decade now. And they put out a video sometimes once a week,
Well, if
sometimes
we're gonna
once a month.
recommend stuff regarding the gaming industry, I recommend you guys also check out this YouTuber
Double
called
Fine Studios.
Pounder McNasty because he also shows like shows videos of how your favorite games get developed. Like it's kind of interesting. But what is like the behind the scenes type stuff.
Send me a text with the name of that video. And what you say, Nelson?
Double Fine.
Double Fine Studio, yes. And in Double Fine Studios, and I watched most of everything except for like the last year. But in Double Fine Studios, you see a similar fucking problem, and it starts from the top. What's his name? The dude, the owner of Double Fine, or the main guy? Fuck. He's a creative mind behind Psychonauts. Fuck, I forget his name, but he is one of those people that is very creative. But when you watch this docuseries, you will notice that it's a lot of the same shit. You have different department heads having meetings all fucking day about one little tiny detail. And that little tiny detail, nobody can make an executive decision on it. And then they got to wait for the director to finally give a yes or no. The director's on vacation for 2 fucking weeks. Nobody wants to bother him. No department head makes a fucking decision on it, and they're just going back and forth. They create a fucking vertical slice, they play it, they check it out, they argue more about how they're going to change it. And just looking at the development of Psychonauts 2, I can see why the fuck it took them 20 years to put it out, right? Because there is indecision making. And I've said this over and over and over again. One of the biggest problems the video game industry has is that you either have business people running the fucking show or you have these creatives running the show. Both by themselves are bad because the business people don't really give a fuck about the artistic vision. The video game people, all they see is artistic vision and they don't care about
it'd
money.
Be 20 years per game if they didn't have no restrictions.
Yes, if they had no restrictions. So I think, management is a problem in a lot of companies. I don't want to just pick on the video game industry, but the video game industry is one of the biggest in the world, and it makes the most money, or one of the industries that makes the most money in the world. So the fact that they still are having these issues and there is no streamlined way to create a game is crazy. And people say, well, creating games is hard. It is. It's extremely difficult. That's why we all love it. That's why none of us do it. But when you look at across the ocean and you look at the East and you see that they're not having the same problems that we're having in the West, or when you see when fucking, what's his name?
You know why that is? Like, what's the David Faulkner? I think he said it once in America, like the average developer.
Tim Schafer. Thank you, Lenny.
I just said that, but
okay, there you got a cookie too. Thank you, Nelson.
I appreciate it. Love cookies. I was gonna say the average like hour per, like what they get done to what they're at work is like 3. They get about 3 hours of productivity a day.
Well, that's what I was gonna say before you really interrupted me. Is that Gail?
Sorry.
I think that's his name, Gail from Steam. Or I'm sorry, not Gail from Steam, not Gabe. The dude that sold fucking ABK to Microsoft, Golden Parachute Boy.
Yeah, Bobby. I clipped that a bunch of times. He was like, "That's the thing is, in America, we're not gonna be able to last in this environment because in China they go to work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and all day they work. They don't need fucking avocado toast and fucking all the shit we just went through. I'm not gonna list it all, goddamn it. But he's like, it's just work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like here, it's like no work. Fuck that shit.
And that's the thing when people, when people blame the studios, we mainly mean the upper management, because at the end of the day, it falls in their hands to run a smooth, ship, a well-running oil machine. But at the same time, we have all these developers, like I mentioned earlier, a day in the life, and they're fucking having toast. They're having fucking water cooler conversations with their buddies, and it's already 10 o'clock in the morning when they were supposed to start work at 9, right? I've said this numerous times. Henry has said this numerous times. Henry has to crunch. I have to crunch at work. Nelson sometimes crunch. Teachers, firemen, police officers, everybody in the whole world has to crunch. But developers, they're delicate, right? No crunching for them. And it's just when we blame games or the developers or the people that make games, it's a situation of if the shoe fits, fucking wear it. If you're the asshole who's supposed to start at 9 and you're fucking waking up, riding into work in your fucking scooter, you fucking hang up your jacket, you go to the cafeteria, grab a fucking latte, talk to your coworkers for an hour about the Netflix show you saw last night. You get to your desk at 10 o'clock.
I say that people need to go easier on developers. People have this general misconception that it's like not because that developers are lazy, but not, which is far from the truth. I say because being a developer is a soul-crushing job, especially most of the time they're treated like shit. You've obviously probably heard stories of crunch before, how developers barely get to go home and see their families. They barely get restroom breaks. They don't get enough to eat.
A lot of them used to do it out of passion, though. They did it because they wanted to see their game succeed.
Some are so stressed out that some suffer so much anxiety and stress.
I guarantee you that ain't a problem no more. Most of the Western studios, they ain't stressed out. Trust me.
No,
they don't work enough to be stressed out.
And Lyoko, let me give you another example too.
They went from one extreme to the next. You know what I mean?
Most people don't know about crunch, or if they do know about crunch, they don't care, and they say, "Oh, it's just part of the industry. It's just part of the culture."
Well, look, I mean, we all go to work to make money. It's not like they're working 12 hours a day and not getting paid. That's number one. Number two, I had a job that was even more soul crushing than them. I sold cars. And what people understand about selling cars is the customer automatically hates you. They don't trust you. They think you're trying to rob everything out of their fucking pockets. Everybody here understands that. The other thing about being a car salesman, you could be a rock star 1 month. You sell 20, 30 cars in 1 month. Guess what? The next month you sell 5, you will get replaced. They will knock down your fucking big boy salary. So,
though I don't even blame car salesmen for why the car selling industry sucks. I just imagine management probably coaches them in a way to where they have to kind of try to rip people off. I think someone in management is like the way the business is set up just has to way to try to scheme people out while saving pennies. I don't blame those guys.
No, the problem with the car salespeople is the same problem every industry has that has shitty people. It's the human fucking element. I never lied. I never cheated. I never stole. But you know what? I was the most successful. So successful that I became a partner in a dealership. Why? Because it's so much simpler to say, Mr. Customer, I don't know. But you know what? Let me find out for you. Mr. Customer, I know you want 5Gs off, but let me show you why we can't do that. Here's the invoice. Here's the profits. Here's what we're making. And when you speak reasonable to people, people are reasonable right back. And that's why I was super successful selling cars. Not because I was cheating and stealing, but guess what? Doing what I just said takes extra effort. Doing what I just said is not just combating the customer, but it's also combating your manager. It's combating the general manager. It's combating the finance department. It's combating the maintenance team, right? Because they don't want the customer to know how much we're making. They are the ones who want to fucking maximize their profits, right? So taking the hard route, it's literally just that. It becomes extremely difficult because when you got to combat on all sides. But once again, that is the human element. It is the human element where this fucking developer is supposed to start work at 9, but by the time they get to their office with their latte and their morning conversation, it's already 10:30. So now you get to put in an hour of work and it's lunchtime, right? And all in the meantime, they're bitching and complaining that, oh no, instead of working 10 hours or 8 hours as my regular scheduled time, I got to work 9. And now these groups form up. You also have to take into account of the cultural fucking, how people culturally are nowadays, right? How many people
are soft
on our state assistant fucking benefits or federal benefits, not because they can't work, not because they have an issue, but because they can milk the system, right? They don't want to. It's like, well, why would I go to work when I'm making more money with unemployment? So to act like that doesn't exist in the development world is ignorant. The other thing too, Ghost of Yote.
That's the best reason not to get married. Well, I would get married, but my wife or my girlfriend and kids are got state assistant and insurance. So why would I go to have them cut my check up, take a quarter of my check to pay for benefits when the state got it covered?
So if we look at Ghost of Yote, there's 150 to 160 developers, right? Let's just say that
they were at 180 last time I checked, but yeah.
There's teams, right? You have your graphics team, your level design team, your art direction team, all these teams, right? Let's just say within these teams, there's one person, or every other team, there's 1 or 2 of these people per team. Those 1 or 2 people can really slow down the fucking progress of that team. Now, what are you going to do? You're gonna go out there and be like, hey, fucking Bob, you've been slacking, you've been doing this. What does Bob have to do? This is harassment. It's because I'm a man. It's because of my religious beliefs. So now everybody's walking on eggshells to confront their employees to, hey, you need to pick up the pace. You've been here for 8 hours. We only got an hour work out of you. So we can't say that to everybody, of course. But what a fucking coincidence that in the states that these studios mostly are.
I'm not even denying that both are tough jobs, but I don't even know you can compare the two because both have game development and card selling has their own unique challenges to the two.
Yeah, no, I'm not speaking of the challenges. I'm speaking about the human element. You know what I mean? So the human element doesn't matter if you're a teacher, a fucking developer, a police officer. It doesn't fucking matter. There's shitty people in every aspect of cultural life, cultural work life. So yes, the big upper management people who make the decisions are at fault at the end of the day, and I think that's what the majority of people say whenever they shit on developers. Unfortunately, they're using the wrong verbiage by saying developers. It ain't the developers, but we cannot also ignore the fact that there is a small percentage of these developers that are pieces of shit. They do take advantage, and because one team and a team of 10 is fucking up, it slows the whole thing down. Especially in development, man. You have one person who doesn't have the trees ready. Well, how are you supposed to lay the gravel or put plants on if they don't have the fucking landscape? You know what I mean? But anything else that you guys want to talk about the budgeting with AAA and why more people aren't using that kind of budget and the the level of useful.
There's really not much to say because I think most people are smart enough to understand what the problem is and why the budgets are so overinflated.
A lot of it's location. If you're paying someone $100K in North Carolina,
should be like. But the question I think people should be asking is this going to get any better or worse as time goes on? Because I'm worried this is going to get worse.
Yeah. Oh, it will. It will.
Yeah, you think the cost of living in California is going to go down?
Quality go up, which in every else in return, the prices of games go up, and then suddenly paying $70 for a game isn't enough, so they have to find other sources of revenue. I think it's because I think microtransactions are not just the way to nickel and dime people. I think microtransactions in a lot of say multiplayer games that have big budgets has become such a crutch for a lot of AAA studios.
Well, it is.
It's where they fucking if they fuck up on a game, they're still making money.
It is, but the thing that these developers or these publishers, right? The money people are getting fucked up is instead of fixing their own problems, they're trying to have us pay for their fucking problems. So instead of tightening up the shit,
says then just manage your budgets better. Okay, but the question is, how do they do that without risking the demand that people want for quality?
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Is there is a level of blame of these developers. What they have been doing with price increases, to me, is ridiculous. And it is not just developers and studios. It's a lot of the worldwide fucking capitalism industry. Instead of them tightening down and finding the effective workers, giving them raises and promotions, getting rid of the people who are not pulling their weight, they're instead charging us to make up that fucking difference. And look, it's okay. If price goes up, it goes up. But when there is so much work or so many things that you can tighten up on your end that you're not fucking doing, and then you're saying, well, we're going to increase the prices, that's the fucking problem that I have. Did you get rid of your fucking, your shitty employees? No. Do you really need 5 writers or can you get away with 2? No. These are the things that they themselves are not doing quite yet. And now they want more money. And that's the problem that people are having. Now, if you did all those things, if you say, you know what, we really only need 2 writers for this game. You know what? These 15, 20 people out of our 300 are dragging us down. Let's get rid of them. Let's take their salary, divide it up into the people that actually work and give them a small raise. You're going to get increased productivity automatically, right? And after they tried all these things, then they say, you know what, guys, we're still falling short. These are the things we did.
You're basically saying we need to lay off more people. But that's already been happening, and that's been
I didn't say that.
The last couple of years.
I did not say lay off more people. I said get rid of the dead weight.
People that are causing problems.
Yes, look at Microsoft. They laid off 10,000 people. But how did Microsoft do that? They just pulled numbers out the air. They didn't look at who was productive, who was not. They just said, look, we need X percentage of people laid off. X percentage from each department. It doesn't matter who it is, get them out. More than likely, they look at the higher salary people who were in there because they made up a big chunk of change. That is not what I'm saying. There is a difference between mass layoffs or just laying off people just to lay them off versus getting rid of the dead weight.
My work just got rid of the 3 people that were underperforming, and they got rid of 3 board of directors people. Only one's left.
And that person got a raise. That person,
I don't know. He's still there though. He got me my job back.
So there you go. Let's move on to the next one because this is a real interesting one.
You know why I got to go back, and even though they just let people go, because they got shit done.
Lenny in the chat says the cost of living in California could go down. It happened in Detroit.
Yeah, not with their taxes.
Yeah, not with their government system over there.
Isn't California like one of the most expensive state economies in the entire U.S.?
Yeah, it costs like 3 times as much. It's like you make like $60K in say Utah, you got to get paid like $200K just to fucking live in California.
It's ridiculous. It's super expensive.
Yeah, like I said, my family, me and my mom, we want to move to California because of the nice weather and stuff, but we can't afford that.
No, you don't.
No, you can't afford that. Yeah.
Like a fucking shack, dude. A shack in California is like $800,000 to $1.2 million. I'm talking a fucking 1-bedroom POS.
Let's move on to our next topic, and it is AI. And before we were talking about the risk of AI in gaming and, the artistic value and all that crap. But AI is officially here, and we know about it. And this is a very interesting one. And this is coming from The Gamer. And it says here, Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered publisher sued by Lara Croft voice actor over AI generation. It says here, Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered has been a source of controversy since its launch, as fans suspected that some of the dubbed voiceovers in the game were generated with AI. Worse yet, it was suspected that the AI was made to imitate the actors who voiced Lara Croft in the original release of these games rather than bring them back to record new lines. Now, one of these actors has taken action, as reportedly by lead Parisian actor Francois Cadol, who had dubbed for Angelina Jolie, Sandra Bullock, and others, has issued a cease and desist against Aspyr. Cadol accused Aspyr of using AI to copy her voice without notifying her or even warning fans that the game contained AI voice acting. Therefore, her lawsuit alleges that Aspyr is misleading consumers who were angry to discover that her voice may have been cloned. And this is the tweet. It's a game. My voice accompanies the gamers. We play together, says Cadol, speaking with Le Parisien. Tomb Raider has been followed by a lot of people over the years. For them, it's a betrayal, a total disrespect. They are angry. So basically what happened is gamers were like, wait a minute, her voice sounds really, really different. So they started to match up voicing. They let the actor know via social media, and the actor was like, that ain't me. I never recorded these voice. So now she sued Aspyr for AI using the voice. Henry, did you see this coming?
Nah, I didn't. Even though
I did.
It's been a thing with the AI. I'm specifically about the fans like figuring this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we've seen the actresses and actors speak up about this stuff for like the last 2 years. I remember when Troy Baker, he was going to sign some kind of deal with the AI company. It was like voicing all this kind of stuff, and then people got on his ass about it, and then he ended up like canceling the deal. But hey, I had thought that AI would be good for a situation like this, especially like voice acting. It would be good for indie studios when they make games, because sometimes you get these smaller indie games, and they don't have voice acting. It just had text going across the screen, and it's like beep 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 beep. So I feel like it would be cool for them to use it, but then of course you get a big.
Hate to cut anyone off, but I think I just broke my headset.
Damn, bro, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, because I'm plugging it in and I try switching it and I try switching the cord around and stuff. Yeah, it's not working. And what's funny, I'm looking at it closely. I don't see any damage.
Shout out to what you got, the Astros?
No, that was the Steel Series wired headset.
Well, can't you just replace the wire?
Not really.
So it doesn't use
I'd have to probably buy another cord or something. I mean, I have this other cord, but I don't know what that goes to.
because I figured don't they just use like the aux style cord with the double sided what you call those the double sided jacks? Well, not double sided jacks, but each end of the cord has a jack on it where you can plug into the base of the headset, and then also you plug the other end into whatever it is whatever your output is in, where your audio output into the headset.
Oh,
Well,
that
either way, I
sucks,
hope you
bro.
get it figured out, man. It does suck.
Yeah.
Headsets, man. That's why I stopped using Turtle Beaches, man. Turtle Beaches will fuck up on you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, big time. Facts. I had a pair of Turtle Beaches that fucked up on me. Stop using that shit. Henry, what were you saying at the end there?
Oh yeah. Because I feel like if you like say me, you, and Nelson got a studio, 3 guys studio, and a lot of the times when you got a studio that small, they don't have actual voice acting. It's just text across the screen and a
Yeah.
They
little
do it with
sound.
friends and shit like that. If they do,
Yeah, or that. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
feel like you could use some AI to kind of tweak the voices to kind of but get Will to do the voice, right? And we say, hey, Will, you gonna voice 5 characters, and
Yeah.
you do the voice, and we use the AI to kind of like we might give you an accent, or we might change the dial, we might tweak it a little bit
Yeah,
so
tweak
it
it.
don't sound like you, but you still doing the voice.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see how like a big like Microsoft, Xbox, they gonna just not hire nobody at all and just have the AI just create all kind of voices and plug and play them in different areas. So I see why people don't want it there, but I also see a scenario where like for our first game before we get some money, you know what I mean? Where like we'll go
Yeah.
lay these voices down and we're gonna use this AI. We're gonna make you French. We're gonna make you German, and we're gonna make you a woman. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, but this is a whole separate thing. This is them straight up stealing somebody else's
Yeah,
voice.
that's what I'm saying.
So this is insane. Nelson, did you see this coming? What do you think about this? This
Yeah,
suing
I
them was
could.
the
If they
right
can get
thing?
away with it, there's gonna be why the actors have been, what do you want to call it? Fucking trying to unionize or whatever, like going to court over this shit. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them are, because they ain't gonna pay you if they ain't got to.
Yeah, and which is gonna make shit more expensive, right, for the gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Lyoko,
More
what do you
expensive for
think
us,
about
less
this?
expensive for them.
Yeah, less expensive for them. Lyoko, if you're still there, what do you think about do you
Oh
think that
shit,
the
War in the chat.
what up, Wara? I'm not even looking. I'm at this article here. Let me get back to the chat. Um I think Lyoko might have taken off, but I actually made a video about this. I don't even
Yeah, I
know,
remember.
4 or 5 months ago, and it was with Ashley Birch. And Ashley Birch she wasn't even worried. Well, one of her concerns was this exactly what is happening right now, where studios would be um, using voices of actors without their permission and then not getting paid for it. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. This lady suing Aspire is absolutely doing the right thing. Nobody should be using your likeness, your nothing without your permission, and of course without getting paid.
Yeah, if you want to do straight AI voice or making random voice, fine, but you ain't using me.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
using me. But they thought they could probably get away with it because they only needed a few lines, right? And they're like, you know what? We can just dub this with AI. Nobody will know. But AI is not that advanced with the voicing quite yet, and the fans caught on to it. So, Aspire, write that fucking lady a check, bro. Stop being a piece of shit. Wait till the fucking game is done. Create your own IP. And this goes into all that too. Create your own fucking IP, then you can use AI all you fucking want, right? But don't be taking established people that made the characters into what they fucking are and try to get away with it. That's complete fucking bullshit. Chat, what do you guys think about this? I'm really interested to hear your opinions.
Yeah,
Wara says
he got a lot to say about it. He real passionate about the AI shit.
they shouldn't be used like this. If you're gonna use AI, make it a new voice, not a copy. Exactly. That's exactly what Henry just said. So super interesting topic there, man. The last thing I want to talk about before we wrap this thing up I was gonna go over Xbox pricing, but I changed my mind during the podcast because it's like we're beating a dead horse already. We've been talked about this, and Xbox is fucking failing. They lost. They're dead. They're just gonna be a publisher, and we'll move on. They're still gonna have some sort of box for people who are hardcore, because 20 million, 30 million people that they still have is still a lot of people. But it's
It
not
ain't gonna
gonna
cost
be.
them no money. They ain't putting no money into fucking developing that shit or nothing. No.
It ain't gonna be no sort of competition. It's literally just whatever they can get that can play the fucking game. The one that I really want to talk about is about Sonic Racing. Sonic Racing. Why do I want to talk about Sonic Racing?
It's good.
No, it's not, and that's my
It
that's
is.
my problem. But
it is good.
No, it's fucking not. When you're
Yes,
comparing
it
it to
fucking
Mario,
is.
no, the fuck it's not. I just played the fucking demo. Shit is trash. It don't even feel like you're going fast. You feel like you're going 150 miles of fucking nothing. The controls suck ass. Everything is garbage about that fucking game. Sega has dropped a bold new ad for its upcoming kart racing game Sonic Racing, but the article that we're going to go over, and it'll go into why I think it's trash, is titled Sonic Racing Crossworld. This is Mario Kart in new ad. Says here, Sega has dropped a bold new ad for its upcoming kart racing game Sonic Racing Crossworld that takes some jabs at Nintendo Switch 2. Launch title Mario Kart Sonic Racing Crossworlds is attempting to become the Super Smash Bros. Of kart racer, as it's inviting a host of familiar faces from not just Sega, but the wider gaming world. So far, Crossworld has confirmed Joker and Ichiban Kasuga from Persona 5 and Like a Dragon, respectively. But it's also bringing its legendary characters from massive franchises like Minecraft, Pac-Man, and even SpongeBob. As the launch title of the all-new Switch 2 console earlier this summer, Mario Kart World's biggest draw was its open road exploration across a larger diversity map of biomes, as this generation first game to take the lead up to $80. There was quite a bit of controversy surrounding Mario Kart's world release. However, the game seems to have sold very well despite this moving well over 5 million copies in June alone. With just over a week to go until the anticipated release of Sonic Racing Crossworld, and Nelson, sorry I yelled at you, Sega has gone ahead and created a new ad that seems to be firing clear shots at its competitor, Mario Kart World. Shared as part of the tweet that starts with, "Leave the open road behind and come race on our level." The 30-second ad shows what's believed to be Mario Kart World being played on a blurred monitor with a narrator snarkily belittling Nintendo's new kart racer. Um, After the narrator goes on to gas up all the cross-world bells and whistles, showing the game on a monitor strapped to the back of a drag racing car, the ad ends with a blurred Mario Kart monitor strapped to a broken-down RV. Um, Let me tell you why I think the game was bad. And look, Henry's here to testify. Henry, what was my expectation of this game? Do you remember?
You thought it was gonna be legit, didn't you?
I thought it was gonna be legit. I was hoping that it was gonna be good, mainly because I need somebody to fucking compete with Mario Kart. I really fucking do. Because Nintendo can't keep getting away with these fucking prices. And for the people that say, "Oh, it's just one game," no, the fuck it's not. Kirby is $80. Zelda, the new one, $80. They have
That's
way
with
more
the
$80
DLC.
games.
Come on now.
You can't get the game outside of not the DLC. Kirby,
You already own it.
cannot
You
get.
can just buy the DLC.
But that's not the point. If you want to buy a Switch 2 version of Kirby, of Zelda, you have to pay 80. If you're coming into Nintendo, you have to pay 80. There is no upgrading just to the Switch version without the DLCs. Because if that was the case, I would have bought fucking Kirby without the DLC just to get the Switch version. But that you cannot do that. So it is an $80 game. Same thing with Zelda. It is an $80 game. If you have a Switch 2, never played Zelda, you want to play Zelda, you have to pay 80. Same thing with Kirby, all that shit. So who said that to make games is easy, Wara? Who said that shit? It'd be interesting to have this person up here. But the Mario Kart just blows Sonic out of the water, just the way that it feels. Even though on Mario Kart, the racing, it's slower, meaning the speeds that go at is slower, it feels way faster. Sonic, you can be going at full speed and the game just feels like you're not moving fast enough. The controls are very stiff. It doesn't feel good. So them taking shots at Nintendo is rich. Hopefully, this is the demo. It's an incomplete version of the game because I'm really, really hoping that they fix this shit before it comes out next week. But it is funny that they are taking jabs at Nintendo. Takes me back to when I was a kid and the whole rivalry between Nintendo and Sega. But Henry, what do you think about this shot that Sonic took at Nintendo with their ad? Do you think that they are trying to use Nintendo as a controversy, make fun of them so they get more views?
I think Sega's trying to go back into their old days. You know what I'm saying? You know when they used to be like PlayStation did it too. Sega does with Nintendo type shit. You know what I mean? Poking fun of going back to the 90s. I think they're trying to get that back personally.
Thank you, Henry. Henry,
you're welcome.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. I feel like it would have been a lot better if, like, I didn't play the demo myself. My son played it. He didn't really provide no kind of input or nothing. He played it. I was hoping it would be legit because for the same reasons you said, to give Nintendo the competition, but people seem to like it though. And plus it's a demo, so to your point about it not feeling fast, maybe if people have provided some feedback and they tweak it a little bit, make it feel faster. I don't know. I've not played it. So they got a little time to tweak some things and change some things, and hopefully it sells well. It does have the benefit of being on, other platforms to kind of boost it a bit. I don't think it's gonna sell nowhere near as much as
nowhere near.
Nothing sells with Mario Kart. Fucking sell. Come on now.
Yeah. No. And but lastly, to touch on what War is saying about how much good the hardware is in comparison. Basically, PlayStation got the stronger hardware, better hardware, and Nintendo got the weaker, smaller hardware. And I could be wrong, War, you can chime back in. Why is it that PlayStation or otherwise can't make a game as good as Nintendo? And I think this is something we had talked about, whereas expectations are just different.
People stick around at Nintendo too, man. Like, you work at Nintendo, most of those dudes be there for 20, 30 years. They don't really. Everyone was talking about people leaving studios. Nintendo dudes, like,
hold on,
they don't leave, man.
Because hold on. I don't understand this at all, because how much of Mario Kart is because it's Mario versus how good or bad the game is?
But let me go ahead and finish this right quick. What I'm saying is, if you playing on Nintendo, your expectations are different than if you are playing on a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's facts.
PlayStation can 100% create a game that's like a Mario or a Donkey Kong or whatever. But if you playing on the premium home console and PlayStation presents you with an $80 Astrobot game, you're not gonna be going for it. You expect a lot more for what you spending as far as AAA blockbuster games. On Nintendo, you're not on Nintendo.
I gotta go.
All right, Leo, thank you, man. Already. Yeah, we thought you left already.
Yeah, but so you're not expecting that on the Nintendo system, so they got a lot of leeway of what they can get. I mean, because even look at a Pokemon. People have complained about this game for centuries, and they still buy it. You know what I mean? If somebody got a complaint about Last of Us 2, Last of Us 3 probably not gonna sell because I'm not sure. You can look this up and tell me. I'm not sure if Last of Us 2 sold what Last of Us 1 did or whatever. Generally speaking, on PlayStation, if people complain enough about a game, they're not gonna support it. And then on Nintendo, it's just different. It's a different mindset when you go into playing on that console. So it's not that they can't put out a game that touch Nintendo, or they can't put out a game that's as good as Nintendo. It's not that they can't. It's just A PlayStation gamer want this, a Nintendo gamer want that. You know what I mean?
Well,
A Nintendo game can be just fun. A
yeah,
PlayStation, it can't be just fun. It gotta be
no,
fun. It
there's
gotta
more
look
to it.
good. It
Yeah,
gotta
there's
have the
way more
writing.
to it. But and this is a response to War because he says makes you wonder how much hardware matters to a good game feel good. Well, it depends on the game, right? But when I said how much of Mario Kart's success is because it's Mario or how good the game is, there is a level to that because a game can be just as fun as Mario Kart or Mario Wonders or whatever Mario IP. But to say that the name Mario doesn't sell that game or help sell that game, that'd be crazy. Because you can have two games. I guarantee you, if Nintendo released an unnamed game, but it was a copy of Mario Kart, they just switched up some of the levels, they made them reverse or something, so people can't tell that it's the same exact course. And if they instead of Mario, it's just a random character, Mario Kart will automatically sell more because it's Mario. And once again, Mario Kart is the king here when we're comparing about these arcade type of kitty freaking racer thingies. Because obviously Sonic can't fucking do it, right? And Sonic has a big name recognition, right? And, I mean, I don't want to say it's bigger than Mario because it's not,
It
but
ain't even close.
a lot of people know who Sonic is. People that play games, people that don't play games. I mean, the Sonic movies are doing extremely well. It'd be interesting to see actually if the Sonic movie was able to beat out the Mario movie that or how close they were. That'd be
Not even
interesting.
close.
But
Mario
you
did like $1
know,
billion plus.
they're so have the Sonic movies. They've done billion plus too.
Yeah,
Um,
with all three of them combined.
that's still fucking billions plus. But it will
One
be
movie versus
interesting.
three. Fucking. It took 3 movies to get what the one Mario movie did.
I think they did it in two, but that's besides the fucking point. That Sonic still has a name recognition base out there. That there are people that will buy that game just because it's Sonic. The irrelevance of how good the game is doesn't matter to these people. It's Sonic, I'm buying it. Same thing goes with Mario. People buy Mario just because it's Mario. They might not even play the fucking game. But when we talk about fun gameplay, just straight up gameplay without none of the names included, the Mario Kart game is elite. It's just the better of the fucking games. And this new one, which I would say is more of a competition to Mario Kart than anything else out there, unless you guys know of another type of racer that's out there like that or that's coming that's out there like that. Because I can't think of any. I think not Marvel, but WB had one maybe a while ago, or Crash Bandicoot or some shit. I don't remember. But they
Crash
obviously,
Bandicoot
I
and
think
Sonic are
Garfield
his
got
main.
one.
yeah, but they didn't
Disney
do
Speedstorm.
Disney, yeah, and that doesn't even do
Yeah, don't
well.
nobody. Yeah, Mario
Nobody fuck
Kart
with that.
is the king of that type of stuff.
It's the king of it. But yeah, I was
Same thing with fighters, dude. Nothing touches Smash Brothers. Mortal Kombat don't touch it. Tekken don't touch it.
Yeah, that's true. Because even Street Fighter and stuff,
And they don't even
they don't.
smell.
Yeah.
hmm
Fucking what did Smash Bros do? Like 50 million. Street Fighter done what? Maybe 4 or 5 million.
So then the question, I don't know how we're ever gonna get an answer to this. I don't know how you would even start this, but it would be interesting to know how much of those sales are because the game is just that good versus all the name recognitions, the Zeldas, the Marios, the Donkey Kongs all being in one game. That would be the interesting thing to find out because I'm not a racer. I don't really play racing games like that. I'm not a fighter. I don't really play fighting games like that. And by default, because it's only available on Nintendo and I don't really care about the Nintendo controls or the hardware, I don't play those games, right? But on PlayStation, they have them too, and I don't play them there either. So I can't speak to that. So the whole reason I was rooting for Sonic was because I did have a good time with Mario Kart, which I've said that. But my biggest complaint with Mario Kart is that after about 10 to 15 hours, the game starts to feel repetitive. So my hope with Sonic was that it would be good. One, so I have something else to play, but two, it competes a little bit on that kind of field with Mario Kart. Uh, Nelson, what do you think about what I just said? Do you think Nintendo will ever have a competitor with with Mario Kart in the whole racing world?
Nope.
Oh, that's
I think that fucking brand carries too much weight, and it's because they've all been good too. Let's be honest. Since motherfucking Super Nintendo.
Well, I never played that one, but the
when you're fucking consistent though, but they're all been fucking really good. So people already expect when they go to the goddamn checkout, it's almost a guarantee that there's gonna be heat.
You know what?
Let's be honest. Sonic's a cool character and shit like that, but he's been inconsistent since goddamn for 25 years. Inconsistent as fuck. More bad games than good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Sonic does have some games where it's pretty hit and miss.
He ain't really, since like Sonic Adventure, man, they ain't really made a hitter. Let's just keep it a buck.
Even in the
2002.
What was it? What was that fucking game he had on the GameCube where you can kind of like grow or hatch the little chaos things, little animals? We may not know what I'm talking about. It was like a fully 3D Sonic game, but at any rate, it was fucking garbage. It was garbage. You know, I think what they messed up with Sonic was they trying to do too much instead of, you know, staying true to what people like, which was going fucking fast. And then to your point about this game, you got a Sonic racing game, and it don't feel fast. Is like I said, that's something that they gotta fix. If it's really like that and it don't feel fast, and you fucking Sonic, and in a fucking Sonic car, they gotta tweak that up a little bit. But from what I've seen on like TikTok and shit, though, people been liking it.
Yeah, no, I recommend you guys play it. It's a free demo. What racers do I play? I play Motorsport. I play Gran Turismo. I'm waiting for Horizon to go on sale before I buy that one. Mario Kart.
It's been on sale since the motherfucker came out.
No, I mean like $20 sale. Yeah, no, not like a $40 sale, like a $20 sale. Yeah, I play. I'm not a hardcore racer, but I play them. And the things that keep me engaged with Gran Turismo, for example, which I have, I don't know, like 60, 70 hours into it, is the getting of new cars, the coming in first place and getting the trophies and achievements and the collections and all that. But Mario Kart, I mean, yeah, you unlock new characters and shit, but they all kind of feel the same. You know, in GT7, you get a new car, it feels different, it sounds different, it looks different. Same thing with Horizon and Motorsport.
This one?
Well, you do, they just look different.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you have, you know, different varieties of basically the same shit. It's just reskinned. Nothing. Remember, Mario Kart, nobody's really faster. It's all about technique, really. You know, your power-ups and how you use them during the race.
Using them in the right time and shit. Yeah.
That's the game.
Hitting your speed boosts.
Yeah, hitting your speed boost.
Tight if you could if they had it like double dash, if they had that mechanic back in there, that shit would have been tight.
Yeah, they need to make a double dash too, to be honest with you.
That would have been.
That's how they would switch it up.
That shit would have been tight.
But it would have been dope. I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. I want you guys, please play Sonic demo. Let me know, because the game, even the controls, it's not as tight as Mario Kart. The racetracks are a little bit more narrow, but just the controls of the kart itself is not good. And I was really looking forward to it, man. I was ready to buy that game day one if I would have had a good time with it, but I didn't. So,
do they got like power ups and shit in there?
Yeah. It's similar to Mario Kart. You know, you go over the things that give you. You know, it's not that shell or like that, but it's similar. You know, you go through the ding, you get a power up, whether it's a bomb or something you can use. But it's just the way the game feels, the controls. It's just.
I played the closed beta for like 3-4 hours. I enjoyed it, but what was best about it was the worlds. The worlds were great.
That's what I liked. Yeah, there's a
The
couple
worlds are
different
constantly
levels.
evolving. When you go
Uh-huh.
like get to the next lap, it'll change. When you get to lap 3, it'll
Yep.
change.
Yeah,
That's fucking rad.
it goes like upside
Oh, that sounds cool.
down. Fucking, you go. Yeah, it's dope because not only are you switching worlds while
Every
you're
lap is
racing,
different. Yeah.
but it also goes upside down. You're flying. You're doing a lot of different shit. But while you're on the ground racing, like the controls feel stiff. They don't feel like Mario Kart. I guess Mario Kart, it feels very like you can. I mean, you can drift in Sonic too. I don't know. It just doesn't feel as responsive.
It don't feel as tight.
I don't feel as tight. I don't feel as responsive. And mind you, I don't give a shit either way about the characters as long as the game is good. Mario Kart is a good game. I don't think it's worth $80 for sure, but it's a good game. But a good game, just because a game is good, doesn't mean it deserves unlimited money. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It has to do with cost and all that, but that's a different topic conversation. But either way, that was the last topic I had for you guys. Otherwise, the only other one that I had, which was going to be for Nelson, is Konami surveys hints possible future Metal Gear games, which to me
I
that
don't know
was a
if they can do
no-brainer.
it.
They Metal Gear Delta sold pretty well. I mean, they did what, 1 million in the
Yeah,
first week or
they did
something.
all right on the remake and shit. I just really worry about the level of talent that Konami has and being able to make, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
Like
they can do that many.
Operation Galuga, it was great and stuff like that, and Signy was great, but a big ass AAA
Yeah,
game
Signy
with
was
what they got,
tight.
I just don't know if they have the,
You talking about Guns Blazing, right?
huh?
Signy Guns Blazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tight. This shit was hard as fuck, but it was tight.
There we go. Yeah, no, I look, they have what they need. So, well, they have the IP to make the game, right? I mean, all they got to do is put some effort, some money behind it. But honestly, Metal Gear just ain't for me, bro. Like I don't see what the big hype is. If I was a 12-year-old, I see it. But the writing
Oh
is
my
fucking
goodness.
weird. Like it's like when people talk about
The
Gooner,
goat.
which I hate that word. Metal Gear is a Gooner ass game for real, and not in the sense of what Gooner
Call
means.
me a Guna.
More like old dudes fucking fetishizing about fucking weak ass fucking Solid Snake. I just don't get it, bro. That writing is so fucking childish. Like just the over fucking like does everybody dance in that fucking game? Like I don't get it. Like what the fuck is up with that, bro? Like why are you like doing fucking splits and shit? Like I don't fucking get it. If I was a 12-year-old, I'd be like, yeah, it's fucking cool, it's badass, fucking Solid Snake is badass. But as a fucking 30-some-year-old, it's like grow the fuck up. But either way, I know it's gonna be controversial. Because a lot of these dudes treat Metal Gear like it's fucking God's gift to Earth, and it ain't. It could have been in 2004, but it's not anymore. And yeah. But either way, anything else you guys want to say before we hop off for the rest of the evening?
I just finished hurling.
Fire.
Shout out to me.
How many hours did you get total in that game?
I was at 6 when we started the podcast, so however long, 6 plus however long we've been going.
Dope.
So yeah.
Actually,
tight.
I do want to talk about one last thing real quick because the onslaught of games isn't over yet. Isn't fucking over. Now, what was the most recent release this week for me was Chronos. Came out on physical, so I just picked it up on Friday. I did play a little bit of it on Friday. Shout out to Wara who was there. Game is decent. It's like a Silent Hill slash Dead Space kind of combination of games. So if you like any of those games, I think you really will enjoy Chronos. What's impressive is Bloober released 2 games in a year, under a year, because Silent Hill came out October of last year, and Chronos came out September of this year. Super, super fucking impressive. So shout out to Bloober for putting into work. I also just bought Silk Song for $15. I'm sorry, $14. I got my $1 discount for being a pro member, and I got my $5 monthly coupon that I use. So I paid $14 for it. I got it for the Switch too, because that's the only way that I can get the discount on the game, and I don't play on the Switch 2 that much anyways. So yeah, absolutely, Wara. Bloober showing them how it's done, Naughty Dog. But this week, so right now it is the 21st. The 23rd, Tuesday, we have Baby Steps coming out. Then we also have the House of Tesla coming out that same day. We also have on September 25th, which is Thursday, 23, yeah, Thursday, we have Silent Hill F. We have Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Agatha Christie Death on the Nile. I bring that game up because I actually know somebody who's interested in that game. The 26th, which is Friday, we have Atelier Rihanna, The Red Alchemist, and The White Guardian. Don't know anything about that. NBA Bounce, Pac-Man World 2 RE Pack, EA Sports FC 26, which there you go, Henry. We're asking when it comes out earlier.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the 30th, we have Final Fantasy Tactics, and then Lego Party. So huge month of gaming. We also did just get Trails in the Sky on the 19th, which I'm not I'm not hyped for that game. I know some people are. My thing is, it looks like every fucking JRPG game. Now, it could be ignorance me saying that, but that's what I'm saying. It looks like to
Definitely is.
me. Um, Tower, or what's the other one? Frostpunk also came out, or not? Is it Frostpunk? Frostpunk 2 also came out this month for the PlayStation. That was the Thursday. Skate Early Access came out. I actually had my cousin call me, the casual. He's like, "Cuz, why is this game free? Have you played it? Are you interested in playing it? Should I download it? Like, why is it free?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it's a free to play early access game. Check it out." So he's hyped for it. I should hit him up and see what he thinks about it. And then we also got Lego Voyagers. Look at that, 2 Lego games in 1 month, and then Borderlands 4. So that's just the second half of September. Give you guys a quick Garfield Kart. That's another
That's
kart
earlier,
racing
boy.
game. There you go. That came
Uh-huh.
out September 10th. I wish there was a demo because I would definitely check that out. You think Nintendo got a demo of Garfield Kart too? Or you think they would even put the demo up there? No, Nintendo, they wouldn't. It's competing against us? Fuck no. But then we had Dema Machina, Chronos, Star Wars
Yeah,
Outlaws for the Switch.
I honestly think they keep Roblox off of fucking Nintendo because they don't want it eaten into their games.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Nintendo is grimy as fuck. They only care about themselves. They don't care about no other games. They'll sue any other game that they feel they can get away with. They are a cancer to gaming. Well, the business side of gaming. As far as games goes, they're fucking genius and brilliant and the best there to ever do it in all reality for what they're selling and how they're selling it. Because they sure as fuck have blindfolded so many fucking people into thinking their games are actually that fucking good.
They are so good.
No, they're fucking trash. Complete garbage.
Right.
And once again, when I say that they're garbage, I'm not saying how hard it is to make them or the talent or none of that. No, they're very talented. It's just games that I'm not interested. I left Nintendo when the 64 was around. After the 64, I never went back to Nintendo till recently, and they just don't have anything for me as an adult male. As soon as I fucking hit puberty, I was like, I'm done with Nintendo. Like, I don't know. I just think that people who play Nintendo are fucking childs at heart. We'll leave it at that. They're children at heart. Fucking weirdos. All right, Henry, do you have anything to say? Anything else that you want to bring up before we head out of here for the evening? I know it's getting late for you, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
God damn
brother.
it.
Hit this, hey. But nah, man. Yeah, we back on that. We back on that Hell is This grind tomorrow. Finish hurdling, and shout out to Garfield Kart, man. Got a long hill to climb.
Uh, why can't I find a game as good as Mario Kart 8? Wait, what do you mean by good? Like sales good? Like, what do you mean by as good as Mario Kart 8? Like the actual game itself, it's fun? Like how good the gameplay is? What do you mean by
Oh,
that?
if he said it, there wasn't like, he said they don't make any games I like. I'm guessing.
I mean, I like them enough to play them for a couple hours. That's
Yeah,
it.
like I play them like say we got folks over and we like drinking and hanging out and shit like that. Yeah, we'll boot that shit up then.
Yeah,
Wait
as a
for
party thing.
wait for like an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
they even have a bar in Atlanta. It's called Battle and Brew. Where you go in there, they got a whole bunch of like consoles and PCs and shit like that, and you can rent out a table
Mm.
and tell them what console you want to play, and they'll bring the console out and hook it up.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
yeah, so we done that a bunch of times. Like go out there, get drunk, and they got like video game themed food and shit,
Oh, that's
and
very
anime
cool.
themed food, and we'll go out there. It's for adults. We'll have a
Yeah.
damn good time playing Mario Kart and Street Fighter and cussing
Yeah.
each other out and shit.
Oh, that's fire. See, that's what Nintendo is. It's a party trick. That's what Nintendo is. It's a party trick. After you've seen it twice, it's fucking boring. Nintendo is an ornament. You know what I mean?